Yo guys, welcome to the Zelda fiction. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto got harem with Fem Sasuke? Huge shout out to Deathgeass for this story. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. It was an average day in Konoha, the village was full of people, busy with their jobs and whatnot. It was peaceful until Hess late. An annoying banshee shouted. Training ground 7. Hess late. A pink bit girl said. Why is it a surprise, he's always late, Sasuke said in cold emo voice. Sakura was looking at Sasuke with hearts all over the place. Sasuke turned around with a HN and ignored her. But in the inside he was scared that she was going to rape him while their sensei wasn't here. Where are they? I know the Kakashi is always late, but where's Naruto? Sasuke was panicking in the inside. Then all of a sudden a puff of smoke came. When the smoke cleared, Kakashi was the only one there. Yo, how yo? Kakashi was unable to finish until a band. Sakura shouted, you're real late. Those that were not ninjas all lost their ability to hear for a few hours. Haha, sorry, I was lost in the path of life, Kakashi said. Then Kakashi noticed that the unpredictable ninja wasn't here. And asked, where's Naruto? That baka's probably sleeping in his house, I swear he should just give up being ninja, he's useless. Sakura was ranting on about how Naruto was annoying that she didn't realize the hateful glares being sent by Sasuke. Sasuke was about to say something, but then Naruto came to the training grounds and he looked away trying to hide his blush. Naruto bakaier, but she wasn't able to finish because Naruto was holding her by the neck and said, shut up, howler monkey. Now everyone being shocked was an understatement. Naruto of all people told Sakura, the girl he was crushing, to shut up, and not only that, called her a howler monkey. Both Kakashi and Sasuke were trying not to laughing with the new name Sakura was given. But Kakashi composed himself and asked what was going on to Naruto. All he got was a scoff and he left. Kakashi, not wanting to waste any more time from his porn, just ignored him and told everyone to leave, that today was a day off. Uchiha POV. I was glad that there was a day off, but what I was more worried about was Naruto. Something seemed off about him other than the fact that he insulted Sakura and wasn't his hyperactive self, I thought. Then Sakura came and blocked my path and said. Sasuke-kun, let's go out, there's this new restaurant that opened, I heard it has good food there. No, instead of asking me to a date, can't you start training? You're the weakest in this team, I told her in a cold voice. She was depressed and started ranting about how this was all Naruto's fault. DRRR, stupid fangirls, can't she sees that I don't want to go out with her? I mean, I'm a girl for God's sake, and I do not roll that way. And stop bad-mouthing Naruto-kun, I wish Naruto-kun would ask me out, I thought. Yes, Sasuke is a girl, and her name is Satsuki, and yes, she likes Naruto. After all, Naruto is the same as her, who understands what it's like to be alone. Although she knew what having a family is like, he didn't and wanted to help him. She even tried to tell him her secret that Sasuke doesn't exist and tell him her feelings. But she always freezes up and gets lost in his big bright blue eyes and end up calling him a dope and a weakling, which she cursed herself later for acting like that in front of him. Alright, time to go stalk escort Naruto to his house. Satsuki thought. And yes, she stalks Naruto and does it better than Hinata, and even getting rid of the mobs that went after him, unlike a certain Hyuga. Also, she hates Hinata. One time Satsuki got irritated by Hinata stalking Naruto, she knocked her out and hung her in the class. And she was proud of it. And Hinata is still alive to Satsuki's disappointment, but she's scared to go near Naruto now. Satsuki was behind some buildings and watching Naruto. She looked at her surroundings in case there were any fangirls. She followed Naruto to the point where she waited for him to finish his one bowl of ramen, which was odd since he ate like 72 bowls a day and she would know. And then she followed him to his broken apartment, which she was sad that he had to live in that house all by himself. Don't worry, Naruto-kun, you won't be living there anymore, you'll be living with me soon, and then we can have a family and be happy, Satsuki thought. Then Satsuki had a disgusted feeling. I can't believe I said that while in my male form. Naruto is not like that. Satsuki kicked herself mentally for even thinking like that in her male form. When Naruto went in his house, she went to her house, thinking how disgusted she was at her thoughts. Without realizing that a pair of sapphire eyes were watching her. Naruto's POV. Is that Sasuke? What's emo bastard doing here? Did he come to make fun of me or something? Naruto thought as he looked at the retreating figure of Sasuke. Almost feels like he was stalking me like Hinata, freak, Naruto said out loud. Yes, Naruto realized Hinata was stalking him. At first he thought it was good that at least one girl liked him, but after like 4 years of stalking him, he got irritated and avoided her at all cost, so he went to places that Hinata would not follow her, like the men's only hot spring, but no matter where he went she kept stalking him. Though there was that one time he had the whole day to himself with no stalker, and he wondered why. That is until he went to the academy the next day and saw the reason Hinata was tied up with a note that said I am a pervert. Since then Naruto was happy. Whoever did that was his god or goddess, since he doesn't know who his savoir was. He also hates Hinata because she is from the Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan showed no mercy to him when he was a child. They usually use their diseased eye to find his hiding spot and their crazy taijutsu. Not only that, they used his prank he pulled on them as a means of treat to them and used that as an excuse to attack him. Ah, whatever, that team can do what he wants. I bet he just came here to try and take a technique from me to go on his stupid revenge. Naruto said out loud. Then went to the kitchen and made instant ramen. When he finished he threw the cup somewhere and went to his bed and went to sleep. Normal POV. Satsuki woke up to the sound of her alarm clock. She didn't want to wake up until she saw her Naruto plushie she made. She shot up from the bed and ran to get dressed. She wanted to go early so that she could greet Naruto like she always does. She had a hard time choosing which clothes she should wear that would make Naruto notice her. There was a black shirt with the uchiha symbol, and then there was the orange one that had the uchiha symbol in the back and 2 spirals on the sleeves. I know Naruto likes orange, but then people will know that I'm a girl, and then there's a chance that I'll get fanboys and then. Satsuki thoughts were going to what Naruto would say. You disgust me, Satsuki. Naruto leaving her surrounded by fanboys. No, Naruto-kun, Satsuki shouted. She then looks around. I'm glad that wasn't real. Satsuki thought to herself as she wipes the sweat of her forehead. She then chooses to wear the blue shirt she always wears. And eats and runs to the training ground hoping praying she bumps into Naruto and then suddenly falls in love, like in romance novels. Realizing that she was in her male form, berated herself for thinking like that. Satsuki got to the training ground dejected because she didn't bump into Naruto. She then goes to the tree that she always uses to relax and wait for pervert Howler Monkey giggling at the new name for Sakura and her orange prince. She then fell asleep thinking about hers and Naruto's wedding, then they held hands walking out the church, then walking faster than running, and then suddenly Satsuki was beating but a random guy and then shouted I win. With raising 2 hands in the air. Yeah, got that from Bleach. She looked around and saw Naruto in the center of the field looking at her like she was crazy, then she realized that she yelled and started to blush deep and screamed Kai and ran behind the tree to hide herself from humiliating herself even more. Naruto's POV. I woke up and grabbed a cup of ramen and drank a glass of milk from a brand new milk container I got yesterday. I got my awesome jumpsuit and weapons and went to the training ground to meet with the team. While I was walking down the streets I saw everyone glaring at me. This always happens and I'm starting to get annoyed. So I glare back at them. Which got me surprised since they looked in the other direction with a scared expression. I smirked. Ha, good look away, things are going to change around here. I thought. When I arrived at the training ground I saw Sasuke sleeping, which was a surprise since every time I come here I see him train. Guess he didn't get any sleep. And then suddenly Sasuke shouted I win. Which by the way scared shit out of me. I looked at Sasuke and saw that he was blushing when he was looking at me and then said Kai, which by the way sounded like a girl, and then ran behind the tree. However, the fact that he said he won, I can make an assumption that he was dreaming about killing his brother. But then another thought, if he did dream about that, why did he get embarrassed? Whatever, it doesn't concern me anymore. I thought, and then I started to my daily stretches, and since Kakashi sensei will be late. Satsuki POV. I see Naruto start doing his daily stretches. He looks dreamy, I thought, then snapped out of it when I felt drool coming out of my mouth. I wiped my drool off and continued to watch. But then a pink-haired howler monkey, laughing at the name Hahaha Satsuki, blocked my view. I was pissed. This bitch was disturbing my show. And it was getting to the good part. I was crying in my mind. I looked at the howler monkey, still laughing, with a glare that spelled death, and apparently she didn't get the message. Sakura, please stop bothering me and, no, I will not go on a date with you. I shouted. Sakura looked sad, which I didn't care at all, and then she looked angry and shouted why? Why wouldn't you go on a date with me? What is the reason, tell me? I was taken aback by what she said, but recovered and said I like someone, and that person is very special to me. Ah, I bet it's a guy, isn't it? Naruto said. Which made me blush because it was true. Sakura looked at me and looked like she was crushed. Which, if I had to guess, is that she was shocked I like someone. Naruto then stopped laughing, which actually caught my attention. Hey team, you aren't denying what I said. Naruto pointed out. Which surprised me since I was staring at Naruto at that time. Hey. Why are you staring at me for? Naruto started to look panicked and scared that I was staring at him. Hey, quit it. It's creeping me out. Naruto said again, but I ignored him. All I want to do is stare at him and maybe some other stuff cross that I want to do other stuff. I blushed at my thoughts. Hey Sasuke, I'm sorry that I said that, so stop staring. Naruto apologized, which surprised even Sakura since he never apologizes to me. Thus then Kakashi sensei came and said a simple yo and we started our training. But I still continue to stare at Naruto-kun. Naruto's POV. I still feel Sasuke staring at me. Which is creeping me out. What is with him? I mean, yeah, I made fun of his sexuality, but still the way he's staring at me makes what I said true. I suddenly tripped while jogging and got a scolding from Kakashi saying I need to concentrate. Kakashi then goes to Sasuke and trains him. Why is it that me and Sakura have to be stuck with jogging exercises while the team gets to learn new jutsus? Especially when he's unfit way more than me. Well, Doc, he's playing favorites. He clearly wants to train only the Uchiha brat and leave you to do whatever you Narutos do. A demonic voice said in his mind. Yeah, whatever. I wonder when we're going to go outside of Konoha. Do you know Kaiwu-chan? I said and asked QB. At the rate you guys are going 1 year. If you get the pink banshee out of her fangirl mode and get the stick out of the Uchiha brat's ass and possibly beat the crap out of pervert there, the maybe in 7 months. QB said. Looks like I have to do everything, huh? I asked. Yep, pretty much. QB said. While I was jogging I remembered how I met QB. It was after the team meeting and I was running to Ichiraku's to get something to eat. Since I was really hungry I took a shortcut. But it turns out someone did some construction and put a wall there. And I crashed head on. After that I was in my mindscape and saw QB. QB was yelling out how I should bow down and whatnot. But ignored it and QB got so pissed that she put crazy pictures in my head. By the way, that's why I was pissed at and yelled at Sakura. And oh yeah, QB's a female. Turns out after I found that out I was cautious around every females. Well, not really, I didn't care about the fangirls. After that me and QB came to an agreement that I borrow some of her chakra and she gets to see what I see and hear what I hear. I was suddenly punched out of my memories. I looked for the culprit and saw it was Sakura. I was about to yell at her when she started to fawn over team again. Did she forget what he said to her before? I asked to no one in particular, but QB answered anyway. She's really a retard and she's supposed to be the brains of this team. I feel sorry for you, kid, I really do, and that's saying something. Haha, very funny, I though and answered sarcastically. It seemed that we were going to the Hokage Tower to get a mission. Which I already know that we are going to get another C rank. When we went directly to the Hokage and standing in front of him. Kakashi sensei was asking for a mission. When Gigi said that the demon cat needed to be retrieved. Both me QB hated that mission. That cat was so annoying that it took everything I had to prevent going QB to kill it. And people call me a demon. Try catching that cat and people will probably start calling Angel or something. I thought sarcastically. You got that right, kid. QB was puffing her cheeks out. Which was cute. When Gigi was asking if we agreed to the mission I exploded. No way. Not even in hell. Give you something better and not to chase that demon cat anymore. You know it took everything I had to try and not kill it. Everyone was shocked except Kakashi, he was too busy reading porn. Then Iruka started talking about Miss Unrank, which I blocked out and looked around and saw Sakura look pissed at me and saw team looking at me like I was cool or something. Though his body and face didn't say it but his eyes did. Gigi then asked Kakashi if we were ready and he said yes. Alright then, looks like you'll be getting your first C rank mission. Gigi said. You can't be serious, Hokage-sama. Iruka said. I am, and they do need to be experienced, so it's alright. Gigi said. But Iruka was interrupted. No more Iruka, they will be doing a C rank and that's final. Gigi said in his Hokage voice. Yes, Hokage-sama, Iruka said while looking down. Now bring in the client please. Gigi said. Later an old man with a sake bottle cannon and looked at us. So a bunch of kids are going to be protecting me. I paid a lot of money and I get a bunch of brats. And that midget over there looks like he could get killed any minute. The old geezer said. I started to laugh only to realize that he was talking about me. I was about to kill him until Kakashi held me back. And saying something about killing the client will be bad and I won't get my paycheck. I huffed and looked away, not paying attention to the geezer's introduction, and was talking to Caillou about what techniques she was going to teach me. When everything was over, Kakashi told us to go and pack and rest for tomorrow. I left through the window since I wanted to get out as fast as I can go. When I arrived at my busted up apartment I went to pack. When I finished I ate some cup noodles and went to bed to start on my training with Caillou sensei. Next morning. I woke up and got ready and went to the gates to wait for the Kakashi, Howler Monkey and team. Satsuki POV. I woke up and wore what I usually wore, but this time I packed some girly clothing in case I decide to tell Naruto-kun my secret. When Naruto came to my mind I thought about yesterday how he was so cool and how he stood up to the Hokage and demanded a C rank. Kaya, I screamed. I couldn't wait any longer, I wanted to go and see if Naruto-kun was at the gates waiting. I quickly put some cupped ramen in case Naruto-kun forgets or runs out, I'll be there and save his day. Thanks Satsuki-chan, you really saved me. Naruto says, really? I asked. Yup, but do you know what I want more than ramen? Naruto said. No, what? I asked, hoping what I think he was going to say. He suddenly grabbed my chin and kissed me on the lips. When I was out of my fantasy, I looked and saw I was kissing my Naruto plushie. Oh phooey, I thought it was real. I said to myself. I then grabbed my backpack and put the genjutsu on and went to the gate, still feeling dejected that I didn't get kiss Naruto-kun. When I got to the gate, I saw Naruto was there already waiting. When got there, he was ignoring me like always. I'm planning on changing that when we go to wave. The Sakura came and then Kakashi came with a bridge builder, which shocked every one of us that he didn't come late this to me. Then Naruto-kun shouted journey start. I had to hold back a giggle. And with that we left on out first C rank. And I was still coming with a plan to be Naruto's first. The first few hours of the journey were boring. All we did was walk and listen to the old geezer talk about how he's a super bridge builder, Kakashi's perverted giggling, and Sakura's banshee yells. But what surprised me during the trip was that Naruto wasn't talking or yelling out his catchphrase, believe it. I then look at Naruto and see him staring blankly. He wasn't paying attention to anything. Which to me looked hot. When I looked at him again, his face crunched up and all of a sudden Naruto was grinning like a madman. So hot. I shouted. It was quiet for a short time and saw everyone look at me. Which embarrassed me, but I let out a HN and kept walking. Howler Monkey looked at me with hearts coming out of her. Naruto was looking at me like I was crazy. And Kakashi and Tazuna were doing what they did before. Another few minutes passed and I was bored as hell. I wanted some action so I could impress Naruto. In my head I was depressed since I'm Sasuke, now I can't show any emotion because right now I'm the emo king. I was more depressed at that. Then I suddenly heard Naruto laughing. I turned around and saw that Naruto was jumping in a puddle. Haha, this is fun. Naruto shouts. He then suddenly started stomping the puddle. I so badly wanted to join him. No. I'm the emo king, I need to keep this up until I'm Jonin or I get engaged to Naruto-kun. I blushed at the last thought, engaged to Naruto, I thought. Then Sakura started yelling at Naruto for being unprofessional. Please, you howler monkey. If anyone's unprofessional, it's you and pervert sensei. And how dare you stop Naruto-kun's laughter, you bitch. I thought. Naruto looked like he was about to kill Sakura, but suddenly the pond Naruto was dancing on was in smoke and a chain came out directly towards Kakashi. The chain surrounded Kakashi and he was in pieces. Kakashi had just died. Good thing too, now all that's left is Howler Monkey and Team 7 will only be me and Naruto. I quickly went in front of Tazuna, protecting him. The smoke diminishes, revealing two ninjas wearing gas masks. One down, one of the two ninjas said 4 to go, the other said. I looked around and saw Sakura trembling. I then looked around where Naruto was before and he was gone. I then looked at the enemy ninjas. They were knocked out and were beside Naruto. When I looked at Naruto, he was glaring at the enemy with red eyes. But what caught my attention was the wound on his hand. Naruto's POV. The walk was boring. I would have died of boredom if Kaiu-chan wasn't in me. Tazuna's was gloating, Kakashi was giving out perverted giggling, Sakura was doing her howler calls, and Team was staring at me. I think he likes you, QP said suddenly. What? What makes you think that? He's been staring at you all his life, you know. Even if that's true, there's a logical explanation for that. I said, trying to reason. Yeah, he likes you, no. He's probably trying to find a chance to get my techniques, or the council told him to kill me, I said, blurting out every possible reason. Team was staring at me. Whatever lets you sleep at night, QP said. I was about to counter until I saw a puddle. That's a genjutsu, watch out, Kaiu-chan warned me. I grinned, I think my face almost split. I thought of taking a leak. This way I can get the team's attention and show them that the puddle was a genjutsu and I can humiliate whoever is in that genjutsu. But then suddenly thoughts of Team and Howler Monkey making fun of him for peeing in the middle of the road, and that would give the council the right to revoking my ninja license. I guess I'll humiliate them another way. But what? I thought, scrunching my face. Why not use them as a trampoline? Kaiu-chan recommended. I thought about it. Great idea. I shouted in my mind. Unknown to me, I had a face-splitting grin plastered on my face. I was broken out of my thoughts when Sasuke shouted, so hot. What the hell is wrong with him? I heard QP laugh. Why are you laughing? Because you're an idiot, that's why. What's that supposed to mean? You'll find out sooner, maybe later, QP said. Whatever, I replied. We finally reached the genjutsu puddle. Sasuke and Sakura didn't notice it. But Kakashi did, but apparently decided not to tell us or signal us that there is a genjutsu. I swear I'm going to die if I'm with them, I thought. You got that right. But luckily you have me, QB said while using both thumbs to point at herself. I gave a small chuckle at that. But it was time I put my plan into action. I started to jump on the puddle, hahaha, this is so fun, I shouted. It was actually fun. But that fun did not last long because Howler Monkey came and started to berate me, saying how I'm unprofessional and whatnot. If only I could kill her just by looking at her, then the world would be safe from this embarrassment. I then ignored her and started walking away from her. She followed just to keep up her yelling to impress her Sasuke-kun. I heard QB snicker at that part, which is annoying me since she knows something that I don't. Then suddenly the puddle blew up and chains came out of it going around Kakashi-sensei. At that moment Kakashi died. Their next target was me, obviously, for the stomping. However, thanks to a little of Kaiu-chan's chakra, I was able to dodge the chains. When they were taking the chains back, I used that moment to attack. I was in front of the guy on my right and punched him in the stomach and knocked him out. I then went to the other guy and tried to punch him, only to get slashed by his kunai. I winced but ignored it since Kaiu-chan can heal me. And knocked him out by kicking him in his private area. When he crouched down at the pain, I used my elbow to hit the back of his neck. And knocking the bastard out. Good job on your first real fight, kid. I'm proud, Kaiu said. Thanks, Kaiu-chan, but I thought it was going to be more thrilled, but I don't feel anything. I replied to QB. Well, whatever, tie them up. Oh, and something is messed up about this mission. Kaiu said in a serious tone. What do you mean? I asked, thought confused. What I mean is, on a C rank you would usually fight bandits, not ninjas, especially not 2 C rank Shunin Nukanins from Kiri. QB said. I was confused, but I followed what Kaiu-chan told me to do and tie them up. Only if I knew where put my ninja wire. I was glaring at the defeated ninjas in case they pull something to escape. Naruto. I heard Sasuke scream my name. And I turned to him, looking at him, wondering why he screamed, or actually screamed like how a girl screams when she is afraid. And, not being sexist, I'm actually scared of girls, so please don't kill me, not that I would know, since I cut myself from the female population after what Kaiu-chan showed me. I shuddered just remembering it. I was brought out of my thoughts when Sasuke held my hands, examining my wound. Naruto, we need to heal this before you bleed to death, Sasuke nearly shouted. Then Kakashi came out of his hiding spot with his porn book. Good job, guys, you did great. I scoffed at that I did all the work. Kakashi-sensei, Naruto is bleeding, Sasuke shouted. Did he just say Naruto and not dope? I was shocked. Told you, kid, he likes you, I heard QB said. No. That's not possible, we're both guys and I do not roll that way. And besides, he's obsessed with reviving his clan and he can't do that with a guy, so ha. I heard Kyubi sign, well whatever, like I said, whatever makes you sleep at night. QB said. I was about to counter but was brought back to reality as Sasuke was shaking me. What do you want, team, I said. I saw that Sasuke gave a saddened look, but he quickly covered it up. The kunai that slashed you had poison and we need to go back to the village to heal you, Sasuke said. What? Hell no, I'm not going back, I shouted. This it was Kakashi who spoke. Well, if we don't, you're going to die. I felt Sasuke stiffen at that. Maybe it has something to do with his clan's death. Is what I thought when I felt Sasuke stiffen. Naruto, you're always slowing us down no matter what we do, that's why you're unfit to be a ninja, so quit already. Cause all this team needs is me and Sasuke-kun. Sakura said with her howler monkey of a mouth. I so badly wanted to kill this bitch. Remind me, why did I have a crush on her? I asked to no one in particular. I think you were drunk at that time, QB said. Yeah, I think you're right, I agreed with QB. Listen here, Haruno, the only one slowing us down is you. Were scared and couldn't even move to protect our client, and Naruto was the one that defeated the enemy. Well, what did you do? Nothing. Even I did something. Sasuke yelled. Me being surprised would be an understatement. Sasuke of all people is defending me. I looked around just to be sure the world isn't ending, and I pinched myself in case this was a dream. Which wasn't. But Sasuke-kun, he was slowing us down. Sakura stuttered. Shut up. Because of us, Naruto was injured and there is a slight chance that he may die from the poison. So shut up. Sasuke yelled. What the hell is going on here, I asked myself. It's common for a lover to defend the person they love, QB said. I told you I don't roll that way. I shouted. That's true, kid, but what if he rolls that way? Maybe he has a crush on you, QB said. That's it, just for that I'm not going to dream of killing the villager for a week. I stated. What? No, you have, it's torture when you dream about Raymond, QB said frantically. Whatever, I thought, but I cut her off. Sasuke and Sakura's fight was still going and it was getting irritated and I was getting a headache, so I got kunai and stabbed my hand. Naruto, what are you doing? Sasuke shouted. No matter what, I will never go back, you hear me, not even if I'm trapped in room filled with poisoned Adebayo. That's good and all, Naruto, since you did get the poison out, but you can still die from blood loss. Kakashi said with an eye smile. I really did not know that I was panicking, totally forgetting the Kaiu-chan can heal me in a matter of seconds. Hold still, Naruto, you're making the blood flow faster as you move, Kakashi said with a sign. When I got out of my panic mode, I saw Sasuke looking through his backpack. I was curious as to what he was looking for, so I tried to look, but what shocked me the most was Sasuke had panties and bra and dresses all stored in his backpack. I was shocked. Questions were popping in my head. Is Sasuke a cross-dresser? Did he steal those before we left? And why does one of the panties have my face on it? My brain was overloading that I fainted. The last thing I heard was Sasuke shouting my name. I woke up to the smell of oranges. When I opened my eyes I saw that I was in a boat under an unfinished bridge surrounded by mist and my head on Sasuke's shoulder. What? Satsuki POV. I saw Naruto-kun stab himself with a kunai, which made him look so awesome. Suddenly Kakashi-sensei said that Naruto-kun would die if we didn't stop the blood. I remembered that I carried bandages in case something was to happen to Naruto-kun, so I was rummaging through my backpack. When I was looking for the bandages I realized I was looking through the wrong backpack. This is my in case me and Naruto get it on backpack. Ha, I can't believe I made a stupid mistake. I then heard a thump and saw Naruto-kun on floor. I shouted Naruto. I thought he died since he was bleeding a lot. My mind was thinking of what my days are going to be without Naruto. No more goofy smile. No more chance of getting him to propose to me. And no possible way of having his kids. I shouted in my head, no, this can't be happening, this absolutely cannot be happening. Oh, looks what happened, Mr. Great Ninja, Kakashi said in a calm tone. This bastard, how can he be calm when Naruto is dying? This son of a but wasn't able to finish my sentence for 2 reasons. 1. I had to be ladylike or else Naruto-kun will never go out with me. 2. Kakashi broke me of my sentence. Looks like he fainted. Oh, do any of you have bandages? Kakashi said. Sakura shook her head in no manner. And when Kakashi looked at me I hurriedly went through my ninja bag and finally found the bandage. I gave them to Kakashi. I looked at Naruto the whole time. I was just glad he fainted and not die. Thank Kami. If he really did die I would have resurrected the QB, destroyed the Kiri for killing my future husband, and possibly destroy Konoha for how they treated him. Thought. So who would like to carry Naruto all the way to home? Kakashi said. I was confused. Why home? Aren't we going to go to Wave and protect Mr. Drunk here? What do you mean, Kakashi-sensei? I asked. Well, it seems that this mission has turned from a C rank to a B rank. Kakashi answered. But then Tazuna begged them he needed their help and not to go. Kakashi then asked why he lied about the mission rank. And then Tazuna explained his story about how this Gato person was ruining their lives and whatnot. I don't know what he said since I was looking at Naruto-kun the whole time. His face is so beautiful when he sleeps. And those whiskers kawaii. But I was disturbed in my Naruto time by Kakashi. So Sasuke, do you want to continue or not? He asked. I was about to refuse when I remembered that Wave is in trouble and possibly I could impress Naruto-kun if I saved a country. So the only logical answer for me was yes. Sakura agreed only because I was going, which was pitiful. And due to Naruto's performance we took Naruto's speech as a yes and we headed to Wave. The question on who was going to carry Naruto came up again. I raised my hand since I know that the client isn't supposed to do any work. Sakura is too weak and Kakashi was going to drag him because he could be like those bastards in the village not caring about Naruto and he was going to be busy reading porn. I was the happiest girl in the world right now because I was carrying Naruto on my back. His head in my neck area, his was breathing on my neck. It took everything I had to stop myself from taking all of my and his clothes off and have kids right there and then. But I was reminded that I was in my emo self, so I had to act like I hated the idea. We walked some more until we came to a lake where there was a boat waiting for us. We got on it, was sailing across the water. Naruto was sleeping on my shoulders. It was dream come true. In my head I was thinking of all the possibilities that could happen. And then I felt Naruto wake up. He had shock written all over his face. Which was cute cause it made him look like a fox kid. What's going on? Naruto shouted. Then the guy who was paddling the boat told him to be quiet or Gato will hear us. In my mind I was pissed at this bastard. No one, and I mean no one, tells Naruto-kun to stay quiet. He can be as loud as he wants. I was thinking of many ways to kill this guy. I then noticed that Kakashi was explaining everything to Naruto-kun, which seemed like he understood. When we finally reached land the guy in the boat said his goodbyes. We were off. The fog in the area was getting thick, which gave me an idea of kidnapping Naruto-kun and having my ways with. I was glad that the fog was there because I couldn't stop my blush from appearing. And then suddenly Naruto threw a kunai at the bushes, stating someone was there. When we looked at what was behind the bush, it was a white rabbit. This confused me since, well, white rabbits only appear in winter. But I was cut out of my thoughts when Sakura was berating Naruto-kun. I was about to go to her and kill her when Kakashi told us to get down, which I did since I saw him push Tazuna and Sakura down. When Kakashi told us to get up I saw a giant blade stuck to a tree with a man on top of it. Zabuza Momoichi, the demon of the mist, I heard Kakashi say. Sharingan no Kakashi, I can see why the demon brothers lost. He said. which pissed me off since it was Naruto-kun who beat them. Then they were talking about how Zabuza killed his entire class to become a genin and which organs he should cut off, and that we finally see Kakashi's face. Just joking, I wish though, but no, we saw Kakashi's other left eye which had a Sharingan in it. How does he have a Sharingan? He's not an uchiha, I thought. Man. The fight is just like in the anime and manga, but Naruto doesn't try to run away. Sakura tried to run away until Kakashi told them to guard Tazuna. When the fight finished and the hunter nin took Zabuza's body, I helped Naruto-kun carry Kakashi to Tazuna's house. When we finally arrived there, Tazuna's daughter opened the door. I saw how Naruto was looking at her. The way he looks at her. He should be looking at me like that. Shouted, glaring at Tazuna's daughter, who is known as Tsunami. When we went and we were greeted by a kid who told us to go home. But before anyone could say anything, he ran away. We finally put Kakashi down on a futon and went to rest ourselves. I was happy that I could relax after all that happened, but I wanted to relax next Naruto. I dozed off dreaming about me and Naruto-kun and killing of Tsunami. It was 2 hours and I heard Naruto shouting Kakashi was awake. We all gathered where Kakashi was lying down. He told us how Zabuza was still alive, which I was happy. I wanted fight to prove to Naruto I am the only woman who deserves him. Boo! The Tsunami interrupted and said dinner was ready. When we got to the table, Naruto was complaining how the food wasn't ramen. I was about to get an instant cup ramen when Kakashi told him to eat what they offered and not complain, which he complied to. I was pissed at Kakashi because I couldn't be Naruto-kun's savior. When everyone finished, the little brat who told us to go ran off. Naruto ran off to the bathroom to get a shower. Sakura was practicing her howler calls with Tazuna, who seemed to want to hit her with his beer bottle. And Kakashi went to sleep. I was about to get changed when Tsunami called me to follow her outside. I bet she's trying to get rid of her competition for Naruto-kun's heart, I thought. When we reached where she took me, I was ready to get my kunai out and kill her. Sasuke-san, you're a girl, aren't you? She said. But how does she know? I thought, shocked that she found out. Thinking of possible clues that I may have given her. But my mind was drawing blank. How? I know I didn't leave any clues. And not even Kakashi, who is a top-ranked jonin, knows my secret. Especially from meeting me in one day. I said, scared. So I was right, I was drawing on a hunch I had. Was all Tsunami said. I was shocked she just had a hunch, and by me responding to her I gave her my secret. But still, how did you come to that conclusion? I said, wanting to know how a civilian that isn't a ninja, hell, she wasn't from a ninja village, know my secret. Tsunami looked at me before she answered. Well, when we first met you were glaring at me like you wanted to kill me when I looked at that orange boy. At first I thought you were angry at something, but I didn't know what. Later through the day you were glaring at me every time I came to the room you and your teammates were in. But what gave it away was during lunch. You were sitting close to Naruto-san, and each time you looked at Naruto-san you blushed. But when I came to give food, Naruto-san looked at me, you glared at me. And that's how I know you're a girl. And the expression you had looked like a girl in love. And I saw the clothes in your backpack. Tsunami said. I looked at her. I can't believe I left that many clues. Then I realized that her observation could mean something else entirely, but wait, couldn't that have meant that I'm homosexual? I countered. Tsunami was in a thinking position. That's true, but I have seen lots of girls that had the same expression as you, and your expression looks similar, or to tell the truth, it looked like your pink-haired teammate. Tsunami said. I'm nothing like that whore. I shouted. SHHHH, the others will hear. Tsunami warned me. I put my hands on my mouth. Sorry. I whispered. So there has to be a story as to why you disguised yourself as a boy. Tsunami said. I looked down and had a sad expression. Well, you see, I'm from the Uchiha clan, and they have a strong genjutsu known as Sharingan. 5 years ago my brother massacred everyone except for me. I don't know why he did it, because all he said was that he was testing his skills. He then put me in a genjutsu and I was knocked out. Hokage-sama came and visited me and told me that my clan was killed and that I was the last one left. Because of that I had to get multiple wives due to the craw. Now these banshee screeching fangirls follow me everywhere. I said. Tsunami looked at me with sympathy. So that's why you disguise yourself as a boy. This council doesn't bother you when you're a boy? Tsunami asked. Oh, bothers me. They already have 30 marriage contracts ready when I'm 18, and I'm pretty sure it's increasing as we speak. Not only that, I have fangirls everywhere I go. It doesn't help that my teammate is a fangirl. They even try to take a picture of me when I try to take a shower. Sometimes they try to sneak in to take a shower with me. Just glad that Hokage-sama put those anti-fangirl traps in my compound. They get shocked with 1000 volts of electricity. I said, smiling evilly. Tsunami shivered at my smile. And she looked like she was thinking. I bet that she was thinking about the traps and was feeling sorry for the fangirls. I have no clue why she would, and I didn't really care. All I cared was that I didn't have to take a shower in my male form anymore. Don't you feel sorry for them? Tsunami asked. I looked at her and disbelieved. Me feel sorry for fangirls. They are an embarrassment to Kunoichis. All they do is fawn over the boy they like, especially when said boy is actually a girl. And they don't take ninja training seriously. But then again, I am a fangirl, the president and founder of the FNC Foxy Naruto Club. But I at least take things seriously, unlike Howler Monkey. I then looked at Tsunami. No, I don't. They are a disgrace to all Kunoichis in the elemental country. All they care about is how they look, so they go on diets, when instead they should eat as much as they can to survive. Fangirls have little to no chakra, which is proven by my worthless pink-haired teammate. Unlike me, of course. I stated. What do you mean unlike you? Tsunami asked. I mean that I am a fangirl, but I know when to take my Kunoichi job seriously and when to dream about my Naruto. I said with hearts in my eyes when I mentioned Naruto. Well, I guess so. Tsunami said. And besides, I'm an uchiha, and uchihas are always better than others. I said. Tsunami looked at me in a weird way. Does that mean you're better than Naruto-san? Tsunami asked. I looked at Tsunami like she was crazy. There is nobody better than Naruto-kun, not even the Yondaime could compare to him. But before I could counter Tsunami, Sakura was Banshee screaming my name. Sasuke-kun, come here, Kakashi-sensei is awake. Sakura screeched. I signed and looked at Tsunami. No one is better than Naruto-kun. I said and left as Tsunami followed me. Normal POV. I would refer Sasuke as Satsuki unless people say his name. Hey team, what took you so long? Naruto greeted Satsuki. HN Satsuki greeted back. So cool. Sakura Banshee screamed. When all members of Team 7 sat down, Kakashi put his book down and looked at them. I believe that Zabuza is still alive. Kakashi said to his students. Everyone was shocked. Tazuna had dropped his beer bottle, which shattered on the ground. That's not possible, sensei. I mean, you killed him and even checked if he had a pulse or not. Sakura said, scared, not wanting to fight Zabuza again. Remember the weapon the hunter nin used? Kakashi said. Yeah, he used senbons. So? Naruto asked. Its senbon needles are used for medical practice and not used for killing people. QB explained in Naruto's mind. Naruto's eyes were wide in realization. It seems you understand, Naruto. Kakashi said. Naruto nodded. What are you guys talking about? What does Naruto Baka understand? Sakura screamed. And she's supposed to be the smart one. Thought Kakashi, Satsuki, Naruto and QB. What we mean is that the hunter nin that carried Zabuza's body away was a fake. Naruto said. How was he a fake? Sakura said. Idiot hunter nins cuts off the Nukanin's head off and burn the body no matter who their audience is. This because all they need is the head to keep the village secret intact. Kakashi explained. And not only that, the weapon the hunter nin used is senbon needles, which are usually used for acupuncture, paralyzing enemy or putting the enemy into a death-like state temporarily. Naruto finished. Sakura was shocked that Naruto knew that. Satsuki was inwardly sparkling. HN, I knew that. Stop trying to act cool, Naruto Baka. Sakura Banshee screamed. Everyone signed. Really, this bitch is useless. Everyone thought, even Tsunami, who just entered the room. Uno, dinner will be in 10 minutes, okay? Tsunami said while everyone nodded. How long do we have till he comes back? Sasuke asked Kakashi. Kakashi looked at him. From the damage we gave him and the recovery process from a temporary death-like state, 2 weeks. Kakashi said. 2 weeks? How are we going to be able to face him? He was too strong. Sakura Banshee screamed. Everyone was tired of listening to Sakura's Banshee screeched. Tazuna was tempted to throw his beer bottle at her head, but he had to remind himself that they were helping him, even the useless pink bitch. Don't worry, next we'll be ready. We'll be training for 2 weeks. I'll think of a schedule for you guys to be ready for him and his helper. Kakashi said. Sakura and Satsuki was happy to hear about the training, but Naruto put on a neutral face. Yeah, training the Uchiha. Naruto thought. Hey Baka, what's with that face? Aren't you happy that we get some training? Sakura yelled at Naruto. What I would do to punch this bitch and put her in her place. Naruto thought. Agreed. QB said, nodding her head. Naruto put on a fake smile, followed by making his eye in a U shape, and said, of course I am Howler Monkey. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm hungry and I would like some of Tsunami-chan's delicious meals. And Naruto left the room where Sakura was restrained by Tazuna. Satsuki looked at Naruto with worry, and Kakashi was back to his thoughts about his orange book. During dinner, everyone was seated too at the table, eating and having small talks with each other. Satsuki kept stealing glances at Naruto, and Sakura kept stealing glances at Sasuke. When dinner was finished, they all went to their assigned bedrooms. Sakura sleeping with Tsunami. Kakashi in the living room. Tazuna and Inari in their own rooms and Satsuki and Naruto. Satsuki was happy that she was going to sleep in the same room as Naruto. But she had another thing in her mind. Yes. I'm away from the village, no stupid old bats watching every move, no fangirls annoying for a date currently. Today I'll reveal to Naruto-kun who I really am. Satsuki thought. Oh no Naruto, I have something to tell you. You already fell asleep. Satsuki yelled in Sasuke's voice, seeing Naruto already in bed with a bubble coming out of his nose. Satsuki signed and went to sleep, knowing there wasn't any use in trying to do anything, knowing that Naruto is a heavy sleeper. Next morning. Everyone woke up and was in the dining room waiting for breakfast. Sakura was asking Sasuke out on a date and was being denied constantly. Kakashi was reading his porn and Tazuna was talking to Naruto about how cool he was, and Naruto was ignoring Tazuna and talking to QB. Hey kid, what do you think porn lover over there going to teach you? QB said. I don't know what he's going to teach, but knowing him, probably a chakra control exercise, considering everyone in the team has horrible chakra control. Well, except for me. Naruto said back. That's probably true considering he wants all the time in the world to read that orange book. QB said. Yeah, anyway, I think I'll be practicing that new technique you taught me the other day. Haven't really been training for 2 days now. Naruto said. Yeah, that would be the best considering who your opponent will be. But be careful, remember the side effects of using it too much. QB said, concerned. Don't worry Kaiu-chan, I will. Naruto said right back, happy that someone was concerned for him. But Naruto was broken out of his thoughts when someone punched him. When he looked for the person, it was none other than Sakura. Aka, stop acting like Sasuke-kun, and because of you Sasuke-kun won't go out with me. Sakura howled. Irritated, Naruto grabbed the back of her head and slammed it on the floor, making her fall unconscious. Everyone was happy, especially Satsuki, that the Banshee was finally quiet. Naruto, don't hurt your comrades. But considering that I can finally concentrate on my book, I'll let it slide. Just this once, okay? Kakashi said, trying to scold Naruto. When finally breakfast came, the food was all gone in a matter of minutes. But sadly they had to wait until the pink-haired girl woke up and finish eating to finally start their training. Team 7 is in the forest with Kakashi in clutches. Alright team, today we're going to climb a tree. Kakashi said. Satsuki and Sakura were confused, but sensei, we already know how to. Sakura said. No, this is different, you're going to climb a tree without using your hands. Kakashi said. That's impossible. Sakura screamed. If you let me continue, I'll explain. You won't be using your hands but using your chakra by applying them to the sole of your feet. Understand? Kakashi said. Only receiving one nod, and it was from the person he least expected. Fine, here's a demonstration. Kakashi said as he went up to a tree and started walking vertically. He received shocks from Sasuke and Sakura. Wonder why Naruto isn't shocked. Maybe he already had seen this before. Kakashi thought. He later threw 3 kunais to his students. Pick a tree and start climbing it. See the kunai to mark where you fall from and try to beat it later. Kakashi said. Satsuki and Sakura each grabbed a kunai and picked out a tree and started. Satsuki climbed the tree, but when she got a few feet the bark exploded, but she was able to mark the tree. Oh sorry, I forgot to explain. If you use too little chakra you will fall, and if you use too much chakra the bark will explode. So you see why this is good, right? You have to find just the right amount of chakra to use. Kakashi said. Receiving glares from Satsuki. Now he tells us. Satsuki thought. The damn idiot didn't explain the full details of this exercise or why it's good to do this exercise. Naruto thought. Sasuke-kun is so cool to be able to climb that far. Fangirl thought. Ah. That's our Sasuke-kun. A voice shouted in the fangirl's mind. Naruto, why aren't you doing the exercise? Kakashi asked, looking at his blonde student. Naruto looked at him. Case, I already know this and I've mastered it already. Naruto said, signing. Really? Prove it. Kakashi said. Naruto walks up the tree, getting shocked looks from Satsuki, Sakura and Kakashi. Naruto stopped when he reached half of the tree. See? Naruto said in a bored tone as he was walking back to the ground. So cool. Naruto-kun is the best. Satsuki mentally shouted with mental stars in her eyes. Sakura was irritated that he was showing off. Kakashi was impressed. Alright Naruto, since you know the tree walking exercise, then I'll show the water walking exercise. Already know it. I can last 3 hours in the water. Naruto said, interrupting Kakashi. Kakashi was shocked that he could do the water walking, and Satsuki was screaming like the fangirl she is in her head about how cool and hip Naruto was. Sakura was mentally picturing Naruto's death. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some personal training to do. Naruto said as he walked away. Naruto found a clear area far from his team and started practicing the new technique QB taught him. At midnight. Everyone except Naruto and Satsuki were at the dinner table. Ahhhhh, when is Sasuke-kun going to come? The pink-haired girl shouted. Calm down Sakura, I'm sure he will come soon. After all that training he will be starving. Kakashi said as he finished his orange book and took out a green book. Just then Satsuki came in bruised and exhausted from falling from the tree and using too much chakra. I did huff it. Satsuki said in Sasuke's voice. Anyone wondering how Satsuki finished the exercise in one day? I just took the idea from another fanfic that girls have better control of their chakra. Not being sexist or anything, but almost every important figures that no one knows anything about other than legends is going to be female, like the Sage of Six Path in all my stories, and Satsuki wants to be there with Naruto for every step of the way, cause she's a fangirl, call it a keke genkai, all fangirls have. Good job Sasuke, tomorrow you'll be guarding Tazuna with Sakura and Naruto. Kakashi said, I smiling. You better protect me, brat. Tazuna said, and Satsuki scoffed at him. Satsuki was in a good mood because starting tomorrow she will be with Naruto and guarding their client. But that good mood was soon gone when Naruto was nowhere to be seen. Where's Dope? Shouldn't he be back by now? Satsuki said in Sasuke's voice. He should be back anytime soon. Kakashi said. And just then Naruto was in the dining room all covered in dirt and burnt marks. Everyone stared at him. Naruto looked at them. What? Naruto asked. What happened to you? Tsunami asked, concerned about the boy. Well, I accidentally messed up on my jutsu more than 5 times and got burnt. Naruto said, smiling while scratching the back of his head while facing Tsunami. Satsuki was of course jealous that he wasn't smiling at her. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm hungry as hell. Naruto said, and to prove it his stomach was growling. Tsunami giggled at that and went to bring the food that was just made. Naruto and Satsuki were digging at the food like animals. The boy that was in the room was glaring at Naruto and his team while they were talking about their day happily without any care. He was irritated so much that he slammed his finished bowl of rice and walked to his room, not caring about the calls of his name. What happened to the brat? Naruto said. Don't worry, he must have been tired. Tsunami said, and that was enough answer for Naruto as he went back to eating. Naruto had finished his food while the others were still trying to finish half of theirs. Ah, that was good. You're the best, Tsunami-san, that was one of the best meals I have ever had. Naruto said, smiling. He looked at the time and got up. Well, looks like it's time to sleep. Naruto said as he stretched and went to his temporary room. Everyone was still trying to finish their dinner so they could rest as well. At midnight, Naruto woke up from his sleep due to his bladder. He needed to go to the bathroom, so he went to the bathroom that was in his and Sasuke's temporary room and yanked it open. When it was open, he stopped his movement and his mind was frozen. What he saw was a naked girl with black hair and onyx-colored eyes that had shock and embarrassment in it. The girl oddly looked like Sasuke to him. When Naruto finally got out of his stupor, he closed the door and opened it again, but this time instead of a naked girl, he saw Sasuke with a towel wrapped around his waist, which disappointed him, considering the girl looked cute to him. He then closed the door and opened it again, and Sasuke was still there with a towel around his waist. Naruto then rubbed his eyes and it was still the same. I think I used a little too much chakra that I'm seeing things, Naruto thought to himself. What do you want, Dope? Satsuki said, stuttering. Oh my god, he saw my female self. Although I wanted him to know, I didn't want him to know like this. Nothing team, I just need to use the bathroom, I need to go really badly. Naruto said. And Satsuki nodded and got out of the room when she got all her boy clothing. When Naruto finally did his business in the bathroom, he went to wash his hands. After he washed his hands, he was looking for a towel to dry his hands when he saw something orange. Orange being his favorite color, he couldn't help but be curious. So he grabbed it. What he saw shocked him. It was an orange pair of panty with a red swirl on it. Whose is this? I know it's not Sakura's, considering she only likes the color pink. It can't be Tsunami-san's considering it's too small. Naruto thought. Then his mind went to the last person who was in the bathroom. Maybe it's Team's hair, I doubt it. Maybe it's Kakashi's, he is known as a pervert, maybe he stole these since the books may not be enough for him. Naruto thought. He then put them back where he found them and went to bed. His dreams filled with him swimming in ramen and also dreaming about the village as Kyuubi was smashing the village. Satsuki on the other hand was looking at Naruto and was getting nervous. It has been 3 days since the underwear incident and Naruto was sleeping in the middle of the forest with a bird on top of his head. He was tired from his constant use of his jutsu that he didn't know he was running out of chakra. Kyuubi would have given him some of her chakra, but she didn't. She wanted to watch Naruto humiliate himself. This is because when Naruto experiences chakra exhaustion, he does random dancing like he was drunk or something. In the meantime, someone wearing a pink kimono was walking through the forest. When he or she saw Naruto sleeping, the person went to Naruto and started poking him. Naruto woke up and saw a beautiful girl in front of him. He immediately blushed. "Uno, what are you doing out here? You can get a cold if you sleep here, you know," the girl figure said. Naruto's brain was dead from seeing a cute girl. His animal side, which was his fox side, wanted to take her and ravage her till he was tired, which would be like a few days or so, considering the stamina he has due to the fox. I was training and no, I won't get a cold. I never have. By the way, who are you, beautiful?" Naruto said, putting aside his fear and following his animal side and maybe have sex with her. "I'm Haku, and you?" The now known as Haku said as she rolled her eyes at the beautiful comment. "They always say that to me when they see me," Haku thought as he cried inwardly. "I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the next Hokage to Bayo." Naruto shouted the last part. Naruto then looked at the basket Haku was carrying. "Uno, what are you doing?" Naruto asked. Haku was surprised. "Oh, I'm just collecting herbs for a sick friend," Haku said. "Oh really? Then can I help?" Naruto asked. Haku just smiled and nodded. And they began collecting herbs. It was silent for a while until Haku decided to break the silence. "Naruto-san, you're a ninja, correct?" Haku asked. Naruto looked at Haku. "Yep. And I'm going to be Hokage one day and everyone will acknowledge me. Dadabayo," Naruto shouted. Haku could only giggle. Naruto looked offended that she was giggling at his dream. "Hey, is something wrong with being Hokage?" Naruto asked. "No, nothing is wrong. It's just funny at the way you said," Haku said. Then another moment of silence came. "Hokage, huh? That is a big dream. Do you have something to fight for?" Haku asked as he was thinking about his own past. "What?" Naruto asked, confused. Haku smiled. "When a person has something important to protect, that's when they can truly be strong," Haku said. Naruto took his time to think about all his precious people. So far, the current Hokages, the Ichiraku families, his friends Shikamaru's, Choji's and Kiba's faces appeared on his mind. Naruto smiled. "Yeah. I understand that very well," Naruto said, smiling. Haku smiled back. Haku then stood up and was walking away. "You will be strong. Let's meet again somewhere," Haku said. "Sure," Naruto said, smiling. Then suddenly Haku stopped. "Oh, and I'm a boy," Haku said and started to leave again, leaving a shocked Naruto. "What? There is no way that could be true. I mean, he's cuter, Kurenai-sensei, and that's saying something," Naruto inwardly shouted as he saw Haku leave and Sasuke coming towards him, glaring at Haku. QB, however, was having other thoughts. "Maybe if I play my cards right I could get a yaoi starting," QB said out loud. "I heard that," Naruto yelled it, inwardly disgusted at QB's thoughts. The QB giggled as she stuck her tongue out in a cute way, which she failed due to her enormous eyes. But Satsuki. Satsuki had just woken up from the sound of her portable alarm clock. "Sasuke-kun. Wake up. It's breakfast and it's your favorite," the alarm clock shouted. "Ugh, why did she have to wake me up? I was having one of the best dreams of my life. Me and Naruto were haha," Satsuki thought perversely. Then she looked around, hoping nobody saw her perverted grin. With a sign of relief she got of her futon and looked to her side. "No Naruto-kun today either. Damn it. I need my Naru time," Satsuki mentally shouted at the sky. When she got ready she headed down to the living room of their clients. When she got there she was greeted by a heart-filled Sakura, a gloomy Inari, a smiling Tsunami, a drunk Tazuna and a Kakashi giggling perversely. "Hey Sasuke-kun, do you want to go on a date after breakfast?" Sakura said in a fangirl manner. Satsuki signed no. And Sakura became dejected. She then looked around for the blonde knucklehead, but he was nowhere in sight. "Where's Naruto?" Satsuki said. "Tough, don't know, that baka hasn't come back since yesterday," Sakura said, annoyed that Sasuke wasn't talking about her. Satsuki was getting annoyed by her insulting her future lover, but was brought out of her thoughts when Kakashi put his book down on the table, which shocked her. Sasuke could go out and find Naruto and tell him to come back for breakfast. If he refuses to come, tell him that there is ramen and he should come here in matter of seconds, Kakashi said, which Satsuki just nodded and acted she didn't want to, but in the inside she was jumping for joy. "He should be at the forest where we had our training, maybe even a little farther," Kakashi said, after which he picked up his book and went back to reading. Showing serious Kakashi for a few seconds. Satsuki left, leaving a banshee shouting Naruto should just die of starvation. With a sign she started to look for Naruto. She had gone to the clearing where the team minus Naruto did tree walking exercise. But he wasn't there. She was about to go back until she heard someone shout out about being Hokage. "I'm going to be Hokage, Dadabayo." Only one person shouts that. Satsuki thought, excited that she could get some alone time with the blonde enigma. When she went to the clearing Naruto was in, she saw he was talking to a girl, which pissed her off. "That bitch he mine," Satsuki thought, inwardly seething. "Oh, and I'm a boy," the girly boy said. Which shocked Satsuki. 0. 0. There is no way she is a boy, means she's cuter than Kurenai and cuter than me. Satsuki thought. When the boy was leaving, Satsuki was glaring at him, thinking that he was lying about being a boy. When the boy was out of sight, Satsuki looked at Naruto, who was crossed-legged in a thinking position, mumbling something about the world being a mysterious place. She then realized she and Naruto were alone. This is perfect, I can tell him my secret. Satsuki thought. Hey Nar, but she wasn't able to finish as Naruto started to yell. Ah, that's gross, I don't roll that way. Naruto shouted. Satsuki looked shocked at Naruto's outburst and then blushed when Naruto stared at her. What do you want, team? Naruto asked angrily. Satsuki was saddened and was about to cry that he kept calling her that. I wish he would call me something more girly, like Suki-chan or Kurohime, Satsuki thought sadly. But she stopped her moping and got her act together. Kakashi-sensei said come back to the house for breakfast. Satsuki said in Sasuke's broody voice. Naruto just nodded and walked past her without giving a glance. Naruto left the clearing with Satsuki following behind him, thinking of ways to tell him the truth about her. But she was broken out of her thoughts when Sakura Banshee screamed her male name. She of course was getting sick of it, so she knocked her out by pressing a pressure point. She then turned her head to the group of people who were half shocked. Do any of you have a problem? Satsuki said as Sasuke. And all the people turned their left and right, indicating no. Good. Satsuki said as she went and sat beside Naruto and started eating Tsunami's cooking. No matter how much she wanted to deny it, Tsunami's cooking was the best she had ever since her mother died. She was sad, but then she remembered she still had Naruto even though he doesn't realize it. She looked at Naruto and blushed but kept it hidden. Tsunami saw this and was happy for the girl, but sad that she couldn't reveal who she really is. While they were eating, Sakura woke up and started Banshee screaming and blaming Naruto for being knocked out. Kakashi, wanting to read his porn without any interruption, told Sakura to eat and not to talk in a commanding voice. Sakura obeyed. While eating, Satsuki was trying to get closer to Naruto, who in turn kept going farther away from her. When breakfast finished, Kakashi told the team to guard Tazuna. Naruto said he wanted to keep training, which Kakashi gave permission. Naruto left, leaving his teammates to discuss about their schedule. With Naruto was walking all the way to the clearing he was at before going back to the house for breakfast and where he met Haku. The fact that Haku was a boy and was more girly than Sakura, Ino and even Hinata. Strange world. Naruto thought. When he got to the clearing, he did Kagabunshin's and told him to start training. The clones shouted and started, but Naruto on the other hand was thinking about all the crazy things that happened. First a mysterious girl in the bathroom, then the orange panties, then the boy-girl incident. Seriously, what is happening here? Naruto thought. Don't forget Sasuke liking you. QP said. Yeah, that Naruto replied. Then a few seconds passed and he realized what he said to QP. What? That's not true. Naruto yelled out loud. Calm down, kid. No need to shout, I'm right here, you know. QP said. Take that back then. There is no way Sasuke likes me. For one thing, we are both guys. Naruto yelled at QP. Then if he was a girl, then would that change? QP asked. Naruto thought about it but stopped himself. Hell no. Even if he turned into a girl, his attitude would still be there. That emo bastard won't find a normal girl that would go out with him. Naruto said. What if it's not a girl emo bastard is looking for? What if he's looking for? But QB wasn't able to finish as Naruto disconnected the link. Seriously, is that all she thinks about? Hiro Kitsune, Naruto shouted in his mind and went back to training. On 7 to 8 p.m. Naruto and his clones were all exhausted trying to figure a way to get the jutsu the QP taught him to do. He later told all the Kagabunshins to go one at a time, but all of them went at the same time, which later gave the original Naruto a major headache as he was clutching his head from all the information his clones gained. Just then Satsuki came and looked at Naruto in a funny position while screaming. You okay? Satsuki said, worried. Yeah, just a headache. Naruto replied. Well then let's go back, there are some painkillers in my bag. Satsuki said. Naruto looked at Satsuki, who was disguised as Sasuke, which he didn't know. Don't need it, Naruto said as he still felt the pain. Either way, you have to come back. Kakashi gave an order for you to come back and report of your training and then eat. Satsuki said in Sasuke's emotional voice. Naruto nodded and went ahead, making Satsuki walking behind Naruto. I need to tell him. We're alone now, no howler monkey, pervert or drunk bridge builder in sight. Satsuki said as she looked around the forest. Nah, but she was interrupted by Sakura. Sasuke-kun. Sakura came and tackled Satsuki. Satsuki was annoyed. Get off of me. Satsuki yelled, which surprised both Sakura and Naruto, considering he never shouted before. Sasuke-kun. Sakura stuttered. I've had it with you. Stop following me around. Satsuki yelled at Sakura with Sasuke's voice. Naruto broke out of his stupor and looked at Satsuki. Don't waste your time team, she won't listen, she'll be back to her fangirling self within 10 minutes. Just leave her and let's go. I'm starved. Naruto said in a serious and dark tone which made both Satsuki and Sakura flinch. But it turned Satsuki on with his commanding voice. Wow. Satsuki thought as she gave a squeal in her head. She followed Naruto, leaving a depressed Sakura in the forest. When they reached Izuna's house, both of them had a race as to who can go to the dinner table first. It was won by Satsuki, who looked at Naruto yelling that he would beat her one day. This made her smile internally, thinking he was cute. When they sat down, Sakura came in and started asking Sasuke for a date. Much to the annoyance of the people in the room. Itadakimasu. Naruto yelled as he gobbled all the food. Satsuki was looking at Naruto as he gobbled all the food Tsunami put on the table. Note to self: ask Tsunami-san to give me the recipe for all these foods. Satsuki thought. Unknown to them, the boy named Inari was glaring at them. Hhhhhh. That was delicious. Second best food I have ever tasted. Naruto yells out. Everyone looks at Naruto when said that, and Tsunami looked sad that her cooking was second best. Why is it second best? Tsunami asked, and everyone nodded in agreement with Tsunami, all except Inari and Satsuki. Inari because he could care less, and Satsuki because she knew Naruto's favorite food. That's because ramen is God's food. Nothing beats ramen. Naruto yelled as he put his hands up. Kakashi signed and made a mental note to break him of his ramen. Satsuki was nodding her head, agreeing. Of course no one saw. Tsunami giggled, Tazuna was laughing, and Sakura was fangirling over Sasuke. Inari looked at the laughing blonde and the rest of the group as if they didn't give a damn about anything. He finally had enough and stood up and shouted. Why do you guys bother to try so hard? No matter how hard you train, you're no match for Gatu's men. No matter what glorious claim you make or how hard you work. When facing the strong, the weak will only end up getting killed. Inari yelled out. Everyone was looking at Inari while Naruto and Satsuki were remembering their past. Well, Naruto was remembering his past while Satsuki was remembering hers and Naruto's. Whatever kid, I'm not like. Naruto said. I'd hate to be like you. You don't know anything about this country yet you're running around being so noisy. What do you know about me? I'm different from you. You're always clowning around and acting so cheerful, you don't know how hard life can be. Inari shouted at Naruto. Something in Naruto snapped. I really want to kill the brat. Naruto thought. Damn right. QB said in agreement. So it's okay for you pose as a star of a tragedy and cry all day. Naruto said darkly with a little of QB's voice. Inari was shocked. Just keep crying all day, idiot. You sissy. Naruto said darkly. Inari cried even more. Naruto got up and left the table with Satsuki looking at his retreating figure. Naruto. You've said enough. The pink-haired banshee screeched. Satsuki was about to go after Naruto until Kakashi told him to leave him alone, that he needed to cool his head. Satsuki was pissed at Kakashi. He was supposed to act as a sensei and go check if he was okay. TCH, he needs to cool his head. Please, what he needs is a friend, and that's me. Actually, I'm his secret lover. Admirer. Slave. Oh, who cares, I'll figure it out later. Satsuki thought as she got up and went after Naruto, disobeying Kakashi's orders. If you call it that. I'm Skip. 2 weeks had passed since Team 7 came to Wave. But bye. Please take off, Naruto. He pushed Ho's body over the limit, he may not be able to move his body. Kakashi said to Tsunami. Okay. Tsunami said happily. Sakura of course was happy she got to be with Sasuke for the whole day. Now that annoying Naruto is out of the way, we finally have the chance to ask Sasuke out without any distraction. Inner Sakura screeched. Sasuke-kun is mine. Eat that inapig. Sakura shouted in her mind. Satsuki on the other hand wanted to stay behind, she wanted to help. She even asked if she could stay back and take care of Naruto. But all she got was, our mission is to guard Tazuna, not Naruto. Naruto is an adult now, he can take of himself. She huffed him annoyance, she wanted to try some technique she heard from a certain purple-haired jonin said once when she went to the dango stand. And with that they set to the bridge where their boring mission of protecting and watching Tazuna and other old geezers building the bridge. When they got to the bridge they saw all the workers on the ground. Okay, maybe not boring anymore. Satsuki thought. But Naruto. I overslept. Naruto shouted as he went to Tsunami. Hey, where's everyone? Naruto asked Tsunami as he turned his left and right looking for his team. Oh Naruto, you're already awake. Sensei said you should rest, but Tsunami never got to finish as Naruto ran to his temporary room and took of his pajamas and into his awesome Kill Me orange jumpsuit. I knew it, they left me behind. I'm off. Naruto shouted. And? Same thing happened with the bandit scene, too tired to explain. At the bridge. Tazuna and Team 7 minus Naruto arrived at the scene of a slaughter. What happened? Tazuna shouted as he started to panic. Off spitting out blood, monster. The worker Tazuna held in his arm said. Can it be? Kakashi thought. Suddenly mist started. This mist? Kakashi thought. Here they come. Kakashi yelled out. Everyone went into position and defending Tazuna. So he is still alive. Kakashi thought. Kakashi-sensei, this the hidden mist jutsu, right? Sakura yelled. Satsuki on the other hand was shaking. Yo Kakashi, long time no see. I see you're still with the brats. He's shaking again, poor brat. Zabuza said in the mist. Then suddenly seven Zabuza appeared. I'm shaking from excitement. Satsuki said as Sasuke with a smirk on his face. HMPH, Zabuza thought. Do it, Sasuke. Kakashi said with a eye smile. Both Satsuki and Zabuza clones went to kill each other. Satsuki managed to kill all the water clones. You can't fool me. If I can't do something like this, then Naruto won't accept me. Satsuki thought. It looks like the brats have grown. Seems like you have a rival, Haku. Zabuza said. It does indeed. Said the ninja with a mist hunter nin mask now known as a Haku. It seems my think was right on the mark. Kakashi said. Huh? Sakura said confused. The masked one, he's obviously working for Zabuza. Kakashi explained. He should take that mask off and face us. Sakura Banshee screamed. I'll fight him. Satsuki said in an emo voice. Huh? Sakura turned to Sasuke. Tricking us with that stupid act, I hate bastards like that the most. Satsuki said. And besides, this bastard has the same name as that girl boy that met my Naruto-kun in the forest today. I'll kill you for trying to steal my Naru-kun. Satsuki thought. You're so cool. Sakura said in a fangirl way. She is way too hung up on him, Kakashi thought while looking at Sakura. An impressive young man, even though water clones have 1/10 of the strength the original, still very impressive. Haku said. Yes, but we have gained the first advantage. Go. Zabuza ordered Haku. Hi. Haku said as he disappeared and appeared in front of Satsuki. What, he's that fast? Satsuki thought. Satsuki managed to block the masked nin attack. He can keep up with Haku's speed, interesting, Zabuza thought. Sakura, stand in front Tazuna and don't leave his side. We'll let Sasuke handle him. Kakashi said. Yeah? Sakura said. I don't want to kill, but you won't stand down, will you? Haku said. Don't be foolish. Satsuki said with a smirk. I don't care if you don't want to kill me. All that matters is that I want to kill you, bitch, for even looking at my Naru-kun. Satsuki thought. I see, but you won't be able to keep up with my speed next. Especially since I gained 2 advantages. Haku said. 2 advantages? Satsuki asked confused. Yes, the first being that we are surrounded by water, and the second is that I have occupied one off your arms. You won't be able to block this. Haku said as he got his left doing hand sign. What? With only one hand? Satsuki thought. One hand? I've never seen something like that before. Kakashi thought. Special jutsu, flying water needles, Haku said. The water surrounding them turned to water needles all aimed at Satsuki. Doesn't want to kill. Is that true? Zabuza thought. Sasuke-kun. Sakura screamed. Remember the training, concentrate my chakra to my feet, Satsuki thought as she brought her free hand in front of her and form a half-ram seal. When the needles came, Satsuki was gone. He's gone. Haku thought, surprised. Then 3 shuriken came towards him. Haku backflipped 3 times to avoid them. You're pretty slow. From now on you'll only be able to run from my attacks. Satsuki said from behind Haku. Satsuki attacked Harem, but Haku dodged all the hits except the last kick Satsuki gave him, which was aimed at his stomach. Haku went back to Zabuza to lessen the pain. What? Haku lost in speed. Zabuza thought as he was shocked at what he saw. Looks like I have the advantage in speed. Satsuki said arrogantly. I can't have you underestimating my team by calling them brats. Sasuke is Leaf Village's #1 rook. Sakura is the brightest in the village, Sakura. Cha. And the other one is the show-off, hyperactive, #1 loudest ninja in the village. Kakashi said. Naruto-kun isn't loud and he's not a knucklehead. Besides, he's way better than me. When I get my hands on you, Kakashi, I'll kill you. Satsuki thought as Kakashi felt a shiver. Ha. Zabuza started to laugh. Satsuki. Haku, do you realize that we will be pushed back? Zabuza said to his apprentice. Yeah, we can't have that. Haku said as he made a sign. What's that, chill? Satsuki thought. Special jutsu, demonic ice mirrors, Haku said, and the water surrounding Satsuki changed into ice mirrors. What's this jutsu? Kakashi thought as he started to panic. Haku then stepped into the ice mirror and the entire ice mirror had a reflection of Haku. Damn it. Kakashi said as he charged to the mirrors. Hey, your opponent is me. Against that jutsu he's finished. Zabuza said as he blocks Kakashi. Well, shall we begin? Haku said. What are these mirrors? Satsuki said. Now I'll show you my real speed. Haku said. Satsuki was then hit by a barrage of attacks from all direction. Sasuke! Kakashi shouted. Wah! Satsuki screamed. If you get by then I'll kill those two behind you. Zabuza said. Kakashi said. Sasuke-kun. Sakura hollered. AWWW. Sasuke was still being barraged. I'm sorry Tazuna-sen, I'm going to leave you for a moment. Sakura said as she got out a kunai. Yeah, go. Tazuna said as he saw Sakura in the eye. Sasuke-kun. Sakura screamed as she threw her kunai at the mirror. However Haku caught. He blocked it. Sakura thought in surprise. But then a shuriken came towards Haku which scratched his mask making him fall out of the ice mirror. Haku? Ugh. This got the attention of both Zabuza and Kakashi as they looked at the source of the smoke bomb. Boo. Sakura asked. Naruto-kun, you came, Satsuki thought as she was lying on the ground bleeding. Hyperactive, number 1 loudest ninja. Haku thought. Uzumaki Naruto. Has Final arrived? Naruto shouted making his grand appearance. Naruto had just made his entrance was getting a major headache from QB. You dumb idiot, I thought I told you to sneak and not make a dramatic entry. Why oh why did I have to be sealed in a dumb blonde like you? I'd rather be sealed in that bimbo Yamanaka than you right now. QB yelled in Naruto's head. Alright already, I get that you're pissed, but what's done is done. Naruto said back to QB. Kyuubi just puffed her cheeks. If you get killed I'll bring you back to life and torture you and eat you. Understand? QB said. Wouldn't you die as well? Naruto said. QB glared at Naruto making him shrink in his mindscape. I said understand. QB said viciously. Naruto nodded. Naruto was about to say something but was brought out of mindscape when he heard his Banshee teammate screech. Naruto, you baka, stop trying to show off. You'll never be like Sasuke-kun. Sakura yelled. Sign, what'd I do to put up with these people? Naruto thought. Your fault. If you had just listened to me we wouldn't have had to go deaf now would we? QB said still angry. Alright already, I'll listen to you next time, just let me shine in the spotlight for once. Naruto said back to the fox. Whatever. Huff, QB said. Zabuza threw some shurikens at Naruto. Naruto was ready to block them, but the shurikens dropped from being hit by senbon needles. Everyone turned their attention to Haku. Haku, what are you doing? Zabuza asked. Zabuza-sama, these kids let me fight them my way. Haku said. So you don't want me to interfere? Haku, you're too soft, fine, have it your way. Zabuza said. Arigato Zabuza-sama. Haku said. Naruto helped Sasuke out with Zabuza's partner. He has a Kekai Genkai, so watch out. Kakashi said as he blocked Zabuza's strike. Yosh. Let's get this party started, Naruto said as he fist bumped the sky. Naruto-kun looks awesome. Ouch, Sasuke thought as he got hit by another senbon from the ice nin. Damn this bastard. I was just about to imagine Naruto confessing to me. I'm going kill him. Satsuki thought with fire in her eyes. Haku was looking at Naruto and remembering their conversation. Yo, Sasuke team, I came here to save you. Naruto whispered to Satsuki. Everyone face faulted except Kakashi and Zabuza, they face palmed. Haku and Satsuki were surprised. Baka. You're supposed to help Sasuke-kun not get in his way. Sakura Banshee screeched. Satsuki on the other hand was blushing up a storm due to Naruto and her face being so close together. Naruto-kun's face is so close. Is he going to kiss me? Satsuki thought and was about kiss Naruto but was interrupted. I see you came, ninja-san. Haku said. Naruto turned his head. Of course. How do you expect a party to start without the main guest? Naruto shouted. Is that a rhetorical question? Haku asked. I don't know. Naruto said. Well, think what a rhetorical question is. Enough, just fight. Zabuza shouted. Haku nodded as he took out his senbon needles ready to attack Satsuki and Naruto. This will be your final battle. Haku said to Satsuki. Hey, yeah, right. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto shouted as 5 Naruto clones appeared and surrounded him and Satsuki. Do you really think clones will save you? Haku said as he moved through the mirrors, destroying the clones in the process and putting needles in both Naruto and Satsuki. Well, I was sort hoping it would. Naruto said as he turned to Satsuki. Boy team, why didn't you melt the ice with your Kaiten Jutsu? Naruto asked, thinking that the uchiha was stupid. I did, but the ice is a Kekkei Genkai and can't be melted. Satsuki said, almost disappointed at herself for not being any use to Naruto. I see. Naruto said to himself. Get use the new jutsu I taught you. QP said. Are you sure? I mean, team said that fur jutsus aren't going to work. Naruto said. No, this one will. This jutsu can burn through anything. It is a jutsu that is on the same level as Amaterasu, only you don't need a blasted Sharingan to use it. QP said. Right. But I'll use it later. I want to let this guy's guard down so that when I use it he'll be killed in the process. Naruto said to QP and QP nodded in agreement. Sounds good. QP said. The battle between Haku and Naruto and Satsuki kept going and Satsuki was getting tired from all the jumping and avoiding. She noticed that Naruto wasn't tired at all. She was surprised. He was dodging and using clones left and right and yet he still isn't tired. I used my fireball jutsu like 2 times and I'm tired as hell. Satsuki thought amazed at Naruto's stamina. I wonder how long he lasts in bed with that stamina. Satsuki thought as her mind was drifting off. Naruto on the other hand had chills running down his back. Someone is thinking of doing perverted things to me. Naruto thought. Maybe it's that purple-haired vixen. QP said. Which one? Naruto asked. The one that controls snakes. I mean when she looks at you I can see her undressing you with her eyes. QP said. Don't remind me. She almost raped me when we played hide and seek a year ago. Naruto said shivering from the memory. Ah good TQP was interrupted by Haku. Becoming a true shinobi is difficult for me. If possible I wouldn't want to kill you. Nor want you to kill me. But if you come at me I can destroy my heart in an instant and become a true shinobi. This bridge is the place where we fight to connect to our dreams. Haku started his speech. It killed this bastard for interrupting me the 9 tails but sadly she was interrupted again. Me for my dream. And you for yours. Please don't hate me. Haku said. It set me free I want to alas QP was interrupted again. She could only growl. I want to protect the people that are precious to me. To work for that person. To fight for that person. To make the person's dream come true. That is my dream. For that I can become a shinobi and I can kill you. Haku said as everyone was looking at him except QP was glaring at him thinking of 100 ways to torture him and kill him. Sasuke-kun beat that bastard. Sakura shouted. Sakura don't egg then on. Kakashi said. What? Why? Sakura asked. Even if they could beat that technique they won't be able to beat the boy. Kakashi said sadly. What do you mean? Sakura asked. Ahaha they don't have the will to destroy their hearts and kill another person. Haku knows the meaning of true pain of being a shinobi. A real shinobi can't be created from a peaceful village like your village. Because you can't gain the most important thing to become a shinobi. The experience of killing. Zabuza said laughing at the end. Boy no brows shut up. Naruto shouted. Zabuza stopped laughing. Boy Gaki what did you say? Zabuza said mincingly. I said shut up. How would you know I didn't kill anyone in my life? You don't know me. Naruto said. Watch it Gaki or I'll skin you alive. Zabuza said. Yeah right. Naruto said. You think you're strong Gaki? Zabuza asked Naruto. Hell yes. If I'm not strong then I can't become Hokage no brows. Sheesh I thought you being a rank nin would know that. Naruto said and Zabuza was getting pissed. That brat. Zabuza thought. Ninja-sen I think you should stop talking. Haku said getting worried for the young Jinchuriki. Boy Gaki you can't even get out of Haku's ice mirrors what makes you think you can talk big? Zabuza said trying stay calm. Kakashi at first was going to tell Naruto to stay quiet but when he noticed Zabuza getting angry, he stopped himself. Naruto's taunting is getting on Zabuza's nerve. Now Zabuza's sure to make mistakes. Keep on going Naruto. Kakashi thought getting ready to strike when Zabuza loses control of his emotion. You mean this pathetic waste of chakra? Please I can destroy this anytime I want. Naruto said. Naruto Baka shut up. Stop showing off. Sakura Banshee screeched. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Sakura, but she's right Naruto is pushing it. What is he planning to do? Satsuki thought getting scared for Naruto. Oh looks like you got a big head. Zabuza said. At least I have eyebrows on my big head. Naruto countered. You damn Gaki. Zabuza said charging at Naruto but was stopped when Kakashi blocked it with his kunai and kicked Zabuza in the guts pushing him back. Naruto that's enough. Don't taunt him any further. Kakashi said. How am I taunting when I'm telling the truth? Naruto said with his hands behind his head in a carefree nature. Naruto get serious. Kakashi said. TCH whatever. Naruto said as he faced Haku's direction and was doing a number of hand signs finally landing on the tiger symbol. Let's do this. Dadabeo. Kaiten. Sea of white flames. Naruto shouted. As he connected his index finger and thumb and blowing through the hole. People were shocked at the jutsu Naruto used. Naruto blew out white flames instead of reddish, yellowish, and orange color. Haku was too shocked at the color of the flames that he didn't notice that his ice was melting. When he did it was too late to jump to another. Haku jumped out and landed on the ground. But he didn't get out unharmed. Haku's left hand and left leg was burnt. How did he burn the ice? Were the thoughts of all the people present except for one Naruto-kun is so cool. Oh how did you melt my ice? Haku asked, scared while wincing from the burn he received. He not so tough now, huh? How I melted it. Well, isn't it obvious I used fire? Come on, how can you be a true shinobi if you don't know that ice can melt if the surrounding is heated? Naruto said. That's a kit. Show that bastard more fear. Then burn him alive. Haha, you see that bastard, that's your punishment for interrupting me. The Nine Tails FQB was interrupted again, but this time not by Haku. There is no way can Naruto Baka do that. Yeah, I bet it was Sasuke-kun. Yeah, it was Sasuke-kun. Sakura screeched. Kill that bitch. Kyuubi said in rage. Naruto was sweat dropping. Wow, you're really not having a good day, are you? Naruto said. His only answer was a growl. How did you melt my ice? My ice was made from my Kekkei Genkai. It is impossible to melt it, let alone scratch it. Haku yelled. Sign, find my jutsu Kaiten. Sea of White Flames is a jutsu that rivals Amaterasu. It has the same effect, has to burn everything. However, unlike Amaterasu, my jutsu can be put out with large supply of water. Naruto said. Which only got him confused looks and one look of admiration from the person he least expected, Sasuke. What the hell? Naruto thought as he looked at Sasuke. What are you talking about? What is Amaterasu? And what do you mean unlike Amaterasu your jutsu can be put out? Haku asked. Naruto signed. Idiots. Why do I even have to explain myself anyway? Not like anyone's going to believe me. The dope of the village can do a SS rank jutsu that can burn the whole village to ashes. Naruto thought. It makes you look smart for a change. QP said. HN whatever. Naruto replied and went back to answering their questions. Amaterasu is a Sharingan technique that releases eternal black flames. These flames will never die out and will keep burning for eternity, not even if you pour the ocean will the flames be put out. So if Amaterasu to be used on you, not even your ashes would remain. Naruto said, shocking everyone. I'll look at those fools' faces. I wish you had a camera to take a picture. QB said. Naruto mentally nodded. Remind me next time. Naruto said. The same thing with my jutsu. Except you can put it out, but you're going to probably need 5 Tobirama to put it out. Both jutsus are similar, like they can burn anything in their path, but only difference is one needs the Sharingan. And one can be put out and the other can't. Naruto said as he saw his audience gape like fishes, all except Sasuke. Why the hell is he looking at me like that? Naruto thought and QB snickered. So cool. This proves it. I'm going to bear Naruto-kun's babies. Once we go back to Konoha, I'll have Hokage-sama make a marriage contract between us. Satsuki thought. When did Naruto learn a technique like that? Maybe if I ask he'll teach Sasuke. Kakashi thought. Naruto Baka can show intelligence. Sakura thought. Ah. He's smarter than you. Inner Sakura shouted. No, he's not. I'm the smartest in the academy. Sakura mentally shouted. Ah. You don't even understand what Naruto said about those jutsus. He's smarter than you, ha ha ha. Inner Sakura said. We didn't even learn those in the academy. That's right, I bet he's making this up. He's trying to look cooler than Sasuke. Ha, that's it. Sakura said, losing her mind. This brat is going to be trouble. I need to kill Kakashi fast and then go after him. I thought the Uchiha brat was going to be an obstacle, but the loudmouth brat is stronger than everyone present. If he uses that jutsu again, Haku's going to die. Zabuza thought as he increased the fog around them. I can't believe this. I failed you, Zabuza-sama. Haku thought, crying behind his mask. Yosh. Let's finish this fight. Naruto said as he ran forward to attack Haku. No. Not yet. Even if he destroyed my ice, I can still be of some use to Zabuza-sama. By killing his teammate. Haku thought as he blocked Naruto's fist and threw him backwards. Haku took out Senbon needles and threw them at Naruto, aiming at his pressure points. Satsuki saw this and went in to cover her love. The needles hit Satsuki and she was coughing up blood. Naruto, who was behind Satsuki, looked at her and was shocked. Oh oi team, what? But Naruto then looked at Satsuki and saw that she had taken the needles that was aimed at him. Team, why would you? Naruto said. It's because I love you. I wish me and you could have at least gotten married before I died. But I can't even have one of my wishes granted. Satsuki thought. I don't know. Satsuki said, smiling. Satsuki dropped down and Naruto caught her. Naruto, I wanted to find my brother and ask him why he killed the clan. Cough. Naruto, can you do that for me? Satsuki said. Naruto nodded. Is this the first time you see a comrade die in front of you? Haku asked. Shut up. Naruto said. This is the life of a true shinobi. You kill or are killed. Your friend understood that and saved you. Haku said. Shut up. What do you understand? Sasuke was a jackass and he had to stick up his ass, but he was still strong. He still followed his dream even when he saw his family die in front of him. Naruto said as his hair was covering his eyes. Naruto stared at Haku. I'm going to kill you. Same thing happens and yes he crashes through an ice mirror, mostly because Naruto didn't aim at all the ice he aimed at the one that Haku was in. Skip to Haku dying and Zabuza breaking both his arms. Naruto, where is Sasuke-kun? Sakura shouted to Naruto. Naruto gave a sad look and looked away from Sakura. Sakura saw this and was scared. No. No way Sasuke-kun can't. Sakura started crying as she ran to where Satsuki was laying down. Tazuna followed her so that she didn't get in trouble by her sensei for disobeying his orders. When they reached Sasuke's body, Sakura was crying, took Sasuke's head on her lap. I loved him. I really wanted to help him fulfill his dream and be by his side. But now, Sakura said, crying. Tazuna looked away. This is the life of a shinobi. Tazuna thought, remembering what Haku was talking about. Even though Sakura was crying, she let her perverted mind work. Her hand was touching Sasuke's, and inside her mind she was laughing that she was able to touch his body, but then noticed something. Sakura thought as she stopped crying and looked at Sasuke. Well, I see you can't even perform one simple job, Zabuza. Hahaha, you look pathetic. People call the demon, but all I see is demon wannabe. Gato said as his followers all join in. Gato then looks to Haku's dead body. And this bastard, I still have to pay you back for breaking my arm. Gato said as he kicked Haku's face. Naruto was getting angry at the fat bastard. He then glared at Zabuza. Why aren't you doing anything? Haku protected you, he believed you, and yet you're letting that fat asshole taunt his dead body. He threw away his life for you. Without his own dreams to die as a tool, you bastard, you're worse than scum. You're Naruto shouted, crying, but was interrupted by Kakashi covering his mouth. Enough, Naruto. Kakashi said. But Naruto was interrupted by Zabuza. Did not another word, brat. Zabuza said as he started to cry. You don't need to say another word. Zabuza said. Naruto looked at Zabuza, tears coming down his own face. Did it pain him to have to fight you, Haku? Not only fought for me, not also for you guys too. He was too kind. You may be right, I am scum. A shinobi is still human. Not an emotionless tool. I've lost. Kid, let me borrow your kunai. Zabuza said. Naruto was surprised but nodded. He took out his kunai and threw it to Zabuza, who caught it with his mouth. Zabuza ran towards Gato ready to kill him. Gato ran back to his mercenaries. That's enough, kill them. Gato said. You got it. One badly injured ninja can't do anything against us. One of Gato's followers said. But then noticed the shadow that formed behind Zabuza. A demon. The one that talked, thought. Zabuza cut through the crowd getting stabbed and cuts, but he finally got to where Gato was. If you want to join your friend then go yourself. Gato said, scared. I may not be able to go to where Haku is, but I'm going to take you with to hell. Don't worry, I'll give you a tour. Even the demon of the mist can become a real devil in hell. This will be fun. Zabuza shouted as he cut off Gato's head. This is goodbye, Haku. Thank you for everything. Zabuza thought. Naruto saw this and was looking away. Don't look away. This is the end of a man who lived a difficult life. Kakashi said. Naruto nodded. Yeah. Naruto said sadly. A screech from their back made them turn their attention. What the hell is wrong now? Kakashi groaned as he looked at his pink-haired student who wasn't even in danger. Sasuke kunai is, and she fainted. Tazuna was gaping like a fish. What's going on? Kakashi shouted and Tazuna just pointed down on Sasuke's body. Sasuke groaned and stood up. Which made both Naruto and Kakashi pop their eyes out. Shut up, I'm trying to dream about my wedding with Naruto-kun. Satsuki shouted. Then looked around and saw her teammates that were awake and Tazuna stare at her. When she noticed Naruto stare at her, she blushed. What are you staring at? She said timidly. Naruto and Kakashi just looked at her and pointed. Satsuki looked at where they were pointing and saw that her t-shirt was pulled up and she was showing her freest. She covered them and screamed while squatted down. Hi! Satsuki screamed. Naruto-kun saw me XD and Kakashi-sensei and Tazuna-san TTTT, Satsuki thought with tears coming down. Both Naruto and Kakashi were broken out of their trance when they heard Gato's men talk. Oh, you bastard, killed it out meal ticket. Now how are we supposed to eat? One of the men said. Hey, even if Gato died we can still take whatever we want from the village. And these ninjas are already exhausted, we easily kill them. Another shout which was followed by loud cheers from the group and charged at them. Naruto turned towards Kakashi. Hey sensei, don't you have any jutsus to help us in this situation? Naruto asked. I can't after the Chidori, summoning jutsu, and Sharingan I ran out chakra. Kakashi said. Then an arrow came shooting down between the two groups. The charging group stopped and looked who shot the arrow. They were surprised at who it was. If you come any further to our island the citizens of this country will come at you with everything we've got. The citizen of Wave shouted. In the front of the group was Inari. Inari you? Tazuna said ready to cry. Inari? Naruto shouted. The A hero comes at the last second, right? Inari said with a big smile on his face. Of course. Now let me help as well. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto said as 5 Narutos appeared. Agato's men was scared. I can always use that, it might fool them. Kakashi thought as he put his fingers in a cross. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Kakashi version. Kakashi said as a large amount of Kakashi appeared. Agato's followers said. Now you want some of this? Kakashi said. No, we don't, one of Gato's followers said. Let's get out of here. Another said as all of Gato's men left running and screaming. Both Naruto's and Kakashi's clones dispelled, leaving a large amount of smoke giving of. Kakashi walked over to Zabuza. It looks like it's over, Kakashi. Zabuza said. Yes. Kakashi answered. Kakashi, I have a request, Zabuza said. What is it? Kakashi said. I want to see his face. Zabuza said. Sure. Kakashi replied as he put his Hiei to cover his Sharingan eye. Kakashi picked up Zabuza's body and went over to Haku. Then it suddenly started to snow. It's snowing. Naruto said, surprised. Snow at this time of the year? One of the villagers said. Haku, are you crying? Zabuza thought. Kakashi put Zabuza beside Haku. Thanks, Kakashi. Zabuza said. You have always been by my side, Haku. So this time I'd like to be beside yours. Zabuza thought as he tried to put his hand on Haku. If I could, I would like to go to the same place as you, Haku. Zabuza said, and it started to snow more. He was born in a snowy village. Naruto said as he started to cry. I see he was a boy as pure as snow. Kakashi said. You will be able to go, Zabuza, together. Kakashi thought. Back at Tazuna's house. So now on to business, how long are you going to stay in that henge team? Naruto said, pissed that the arrogant Uchiha was using his jutsu. Satsuki mumbled. I didn't catch that. Naruto said as he and Kakashi both got close to Satsuki. I was born a girl. This isn't a henge. Sasuke was a henge. Satsuki yelled. How both Naruto's and Kakashi's world shattered. So everything I knew was, Naruto said. Haha, I told you, didn't I? Hahaha. Kyubi was laughing her ass off and rolling her cage. You knew about this? Naruto yelled, which scared Satsuki and made everyone in the room stare at him. Oigaki, keep it down. Kyubi said, still laughing. Naruto-kun, are you okay? Satsuki asked, worried. Naruto looked at her. Ah yeah, just talking to myself. Naruto laughed nervously. But then he noticed what Satsuki said. Naruto-kun. Naruto thought. Sasuke, did you just use kun in my name? Naruto asked. Satsuki nodded at Satsuki. Naruto-kun. Satsuki said, scared and sad. Yeah. Naruto said, stuttering. What is wrong with her? She's acting like Hinata except she's not fainting. Naruto thought. That's because she likes you, Kyubi said. No. That's wrong. We're both guys but Naruto was interrupted. Hey blonde, take a good look. Does that look like a boy? No. She has freest and big one for her age. And if you ask politely, she might let you see her nether region. Kyubi said, still laughing. Naruto looked at Satsuki, then at her freest, and it was true, it was pretty big for someone their age. And then looked more down and blushed, and smoke, invisible smoke, was coming of his head. Naruto-kun. Satsuki said as she shook Naruto. Naruto then looked at their position. Satsuki was sitting on his lap. But because of that he was able to see her freeze through her blue kimono that Tsunami gave her. Naruto had a nosebleed and pushed her off. Why were you hiding your gender? Naruto said, trying to get back to the original topic. That's true. And why didn't you tell me? I'm your sensei, I should know this. Kakashi said. Satsuki looked down. I didn't tell anyone, not even Hokage-sama knows. I did it because of the Kra. Satsuki said. Why? Jiji can keep a secret. And what's Kra? Naruto said, getting his composure back. Yes he can, but he can't keep any secret from the civilian council. The Kra is the Clan Restoration Act. It's a law that affects a clan that is almost extinct. If the last member of the clan is male, then he is supposed to have multiple wives. But if the last member of the clan is female, they use her as a breeding machine and she won't be able to see the light of day. Satsuki said sadly. Naruto and Kakashi pitied Satsuki. Naruto looked at Kakashi to check if what she said was real, and he nodded. Naruto was shocked. What kind of bullshit law is that? Who made that stupid law anyway? Naruto asked, and Tsunami agreed that the law was stupid. Kakashi signed. It was the Nidaime Hokage, Tobirama Senju. The council was furious when Hashirama Senju, the Shagai Hokage, died and took the Mokuton with him. The council thought the Mokuton was a Kekkei Genkai and they thought that Tobirama could pass the genes on, so he made the law about the whole multiple wives. Then some of the clan heads agreed that if last member was female, they would be used as breeding machines. Which by the way are in the Kurama clan. Now none of them can even activate their bloodlines without dying. Kakashi explained. Naruto then stared at Satsuki. Then if they find out your real gender you're going to. Naruto couldn't finish his sentence, he was too disgusted with the council. Satsuki nodded. I wanted to be with the person I loved, not some pervert that just wants fame and fex. Satsuki said, looking at Naruto with a blush. Then I think we should kill Sakura. Naruto stated. Which got him surprised looks from everyone. What? Naruto, do you know what you said? Kakashi yelled. Yes I do. But Kakashi-sensei, you know as well as I do that no one deserves that kind of treatment. Even said person was a stuck-up bastard. And not only that, once we get in, Sakura is going banned. She screeched the whole news around the village, and Satsuki-chan won't be able to be a ninja. Naruto said. Satsuki was blushing and crying at what Naruto said. He cares about me even though I was a jackass. Satsuki thought. And besides, you know Sakura is useless. I'd rather have Hinata on this team than her. And Hinata fainting can actually become useful in some missions, whereas screeching and destroying eardrums will only piss the enemy off and kill us. Naruto said, and Kakashi had no choice but agree to that. Even Satsuki agreed. He's right. No matter how much I hate that pervert wide-eyed bitch, she is better than Howler Monkey here. Satsuki though, while looking at the unconscious Banshee. That is true. I mean, when Obito fainted that time he saved our butts on that retrieval mission. Kakashi thought, remembering his genin days. That may be true, but killing a fellow ninja will give you the death penalty. Kakashi said. Don't worry, we can say that she was raped by Gato, and as she felt ashamed of herself he committed seppuku. Naruto said, grinning with QB, who thought the idea was good. And Satsuki thought the idea was good. Still they would want the body. Kakashi tried to reason. Fine, let's say we burned down Gato's hideout and didn't know that she was inside because we assumed that she was following Sasuke. Naruto said, getting irritated that Kakashi was trying to stop him from killing the Howler Monkey once and for all, so that they could have peace and quiet. Not like anyone's going to miss her. People would be happy that the Howler Monkey died. Naruto thought. Naruto, see, Kakashi said. Fine, but we better think of something so that Sakura doesn't go blab this all over the village. Naruto said, giving up temporarily. He was still thinking of ways to get rid of her so that it doesn't point to him. That's true. But wait, Satsuki, aren't you allowed walking around freely as a girl? I mean, you're a ninja of the village. That means only the Hokage can make decisions for you, not the council or anybody. Kakashi stated. Which, when Satsuki thought about it, made sense. Why didn't I think about that? I could have gotten rid of the fangirls when I graduated, and I could have confessed to Naruto without any problems. Satsuki thought and started banging her head on the table. Tsunami giggled at Satsuki's antics. And also, Tsunami-san, why aren't you surprised about this? Kakashi asked, and Naruto agreed with him. Yeah, the moment we brought Satsuki we were already here with 20 outfits. Naruto asked. Oh, that I figured it out on the first night I saw her. Tsunami said, I smiling. Naruto and Kakashi. Oh. They looked at Satsuki to see if that was true. Satsuki nodded. It's true, she was the first person to find out. Satsuki said, and both Naruto and Kakashi were on their hands and knees depressed and repeating. I'm a failure as a ninja. Over and over. They stopped when they heard Sakura moving. Oh crap, what do we do? Naruto started to panic, as did Satsuki. Quick, Satsuki, put your genjutsu back on. Kakashi said hurriedly. Satsuki nodded and did what she was told. Sakura woke up. Nad looked at her surroundings and saw Tsunami and her team. What happened? Sakura asked. You fainted during the middle of the battle while guarding Tazuna. Kakashi said in a fake angry voice, but it worked since Sakura was starting to get scared. Gomenasai-sensei. Sakura apologized, then remembered her touching Sasuke's boobs. She saw Satsuki and went over to her and put her hands on Satsuki's chest. It was flat. Sakura, what are you doing? Satsuki said, getting angry in Sasuke's voice. Sakura realized that she may have had a dream and apologized repeatedly. Satsuki was angry that Sakura ouched her freest 2 times. I wish Naruto-kun would touch my freests. Satsuki thought disappointedly. Kakashi filled in on Sakura what happened after she fainted. And Satsuki, Kakashi and Naruto were having private conversations as to what to do when they got home. They agreed that the Hokage needed to know this and see if he could do anything to help. Although Naruto wanted to be far away from Satsuki or Nei girls, he became friends with Satsuki for real this time. While the 3 were helping Tazuna with the bridge, Kakashi told Sakura to train in the forest because she did nothing the whole time they were fighting. Sakura had to be dragged to the forest by Kakashi because she didn't want to be separated by her Sasuke-kun. While Sakura was out training, Tsunami was playing dress up with Satsuki. Occasionally Naruto joined in with his sexy no jutsu. Which, by the way, gave Satsuki new ideas. Some ideas included Naruto, Satsuki and Naruko in a threesome, or Naruto, Satsuki and clone hinged as Mikoto Uchiha, Satsuki's mother, in a threesome. She even made a mental note to ask Naruto to do a transformation like that for her so that they could have lesbian fex. I don't know how to lessen the perversion of that line, sorry. It was the day the bridge was finished and Team 7 was leaving. The whole village came and was saying their farewells to Team 7. Inari was in the front trying hard not to cry. Yo Inari, it's alright to cry as long as you're happy. Naruto said. I'm not crying, but it's okay for you to cry, Nai-san. Inari said. Are you kidding me? Shinobis don't cry. Naruto said as he turned his back to him. Yeah, then what are you doing, Dumbus? Sakura thought, but then turned her attention to Satsuki. Everyone waved goodbye. Hey Tusan, what are you going to name the bridge? Tsunami asked. What about the awesome Tazuna Bridge to Heaven? Tazuna said. Hell no. Came the reply of many people. Tazuna was moping and saying, but I built the bridge. How about the Great Naruto Bridge? Inari suggested. A lot of people agreed. That's good, but I feel like we should call the awesome Tazuna Bridge to Heaven, Tazuna said. No. But Team 7 in front of the gates of Konoha. Finally home. Naruto shouted as both Izumo and Katetsu the Eternal Chunin laughed at his antics. Good to have you back, Naruto-kun. Katetsu said. Good to be back. You have no idea how much of a headache I have from Howler Monkey. Naruto said, pointing to Sakura. Hey. Sakura yelled. Ahaha, I can imagine. Izumo said while taking his finger out of his ears. Alright, let Sakura, you can go home. Sada, Sasuke and Naruto come with me to the Hokage. Kakashi said. Sakura was about to yell that where Sasuke goes she goes, but Kakashi told her they would be talking about porn with Hokage, which made her go home. Kakashi signed and went with Satsuki and Naruto to meet the Hokage. Hokage Harem. Team 7 minus Sakura entered the Hokage Harem. They were able to catch the Hokage not doing his duty, but reading Icha. The Hokage put the book away and smiled at the team. Where's Sakura? The Hokage asked. She's dead. Naruto stated. Naruto? Kakashi said. Hey, if you let me finish I would have said in my mind. Naruto said. Kakashi signed. The Hokage chuckled at the scene. This is just like me, Anto and Kakashi when Kakashi said Obito died. Hiruzen though to the time where he had little paperwork. Anyway, how was the mission? Hiruzen asked. Awesome. Naruto said, fist bumping the sky. Hiruzen gave a chuckle. Naruto. Kakashi signed and said. Hokage-sama, we have something to tell you. The Hokage looked at Team 7 minus Sakura with a confused expression. What is it? The old Hokage asked. Satsuki, you can put it down, Kakashi said while looking at her. Satsuki nodded and put the illusion down. Sarutobi Hiruzen was frozen with shock at what he was seeing. He had seen many things over the years, from Jiraiya getting beat up by women for peeking in the women hot spring to Kushina and Makoto beating up Jiraiya, which was not a pretty sight. Hell, he even saw Uchiha's laugh excluding Obito. He was never normal. But never had he ever seen an Uchiha deciding to use his surrogate grandson's perverted jutsu. Sad to say, the god of shinobi fainted. Hokage-sama. Jiji. It took the Hokage 30 minutes to wake up. Sasuke, please put the henge down so we can talk. Hiruzen said. Jiji, that's not a henge. That's Sasuke's real gender, or Satsuki. Naruto said. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Hiruzen asked. What he means is that Sasuke was just a henge and that Sasuke was actually a girl named Satsuki. Kakashi said. That's impossible. All medical records state that Sasuke is a boy. Hiruzen yelled. I never actually went to hospital for medical checkups. I used one of my deceased cousins, records changed the name and dates of birth and date of updates. The nurses really didn't care because they were distracted with the whole Uchiha topic and gave me pity. Satsuki said. I have people to fire. Hiruzen thought. Okay, that tells me how you got past medical records. What about the genjutsu? How'd you get past the Hyuga Byakugan? Hiruzen said. What do you mean? Hyugas never used their Byakugan on me. Each time they looked at me they gave me a scowl and looked away. Satsuki said, rolling her eyes. Hyugas have really gotten arrogant. Hiruzen, Kakashi and Naruto thought. Alright, so what do you want me to do? And if you kept it a secret for this long, why tell me? You know I would have to tell this to the council. Hiruzen said. Well, Hokage-sama, we were hoping you wouldn't tell the council, and also if there were some way she could be herself. Kakashi said. Yeah, I don't want to keep acting like I have a stick up my ass. And I want all the fangirls to leave me alone. Satsuki said. I could, but then there will be a large panic and that would cause a riot in Konoha. And I don't think anyone wants that. Hiruzen said. Satsuki was depressed. Is there anything you can do? Satsuki asked, depressed. Well, I can think of one thing. You become a Chunin, and then I give you an A rank mission where I can say Sasuke died or betrayed Konoha. And then wait a few months and you can come back as your female self, but then you would have to give up the Uchiha name. Hiruzen explained his plan. Gigi, why can't she just reveal herself? She is your ninja and is currently the head of the Uchiha clan. So the civilians have no say in this matter. Naruto said with a senile expression. Yes, Naruto-kun, that may be so, but that would still cause panic in Konoha. Hiruzen explained to the blonde Jinchuriki. So what? Just do what any Kage would do to a civilian, kill them, or better yet send them to this Ibiki dude that I keep hearing about. Naruto said, bored expression while missing the horror expression from both Kage and Sensei, with a mention of Ibiki. Everyone is shocked at what Naruto said. Satsuki however thought about it. Isn't Banshee girl from a civilian family? Satsuki thought with an evil grin plastered on her face. Naruto-kun, do you know what you just said? Hiruzen shouted. Naruto looked at him with the same bored expression he had before and nodded. Yeah. Civilians have no business in shinobi matters. They think being shinobi is easy while they complain about how hard their life is. Besides, they should have all died for gossiping about an S-rank secret, Naruto said with a passive expression. Kakashi agreed with Naruto. But then stopped and realized something. When did Naruto become so dark? In the academy he was an idiot. Now he's acting like Kushina-sama when she saw Sensei with Icha. Kakashi thought. Naruto, as much as I agree with you, I don't want Konoha to be another Kurigakure. But how about this? After Satsuki-chan becomes Chunin she can reveal herself. Hiruzen said. Fine, you just have to take the fun out of everything, don't you, Gigi? Naruto said. Hiruzen signed. Anyway, for the time being, Satsuki-chan, you will have to keep your disguise on longer. Hiruzen said. Satsuki nodded sadly. Yes, Hokage-sama. Satsuki said with her head down. However, I will upgrade your genjutsu so that not even the Byakugan can see it. Hiruzen said. Satsuki was grateful. Naruto, Kakashi, I would like you two to go home and rest. Kakashi, I want a written report on the mission, but cut out the part about Satsuki and you know what chakra. Do I make myself clear? Hiruzen said in a Hokage manner. Hi Hokage-sama. Kakashi saluted and disappeared in a shunshin. Naruto left through the window. Hiruzen looked at Satsuki. Well then, shall we get you a new genjutsu? Hiruzen said and Satsuki gave a smile. Uchiha compound 4 hours later, nighttime. Satsuki came home after finally getting her new genjutsu. The genjutsu was better than before cause the Byakugan won't be able to detect it. And even Kurenai-Yuhi, the genjutsu mistress, would have a hard time breaking it. She was happy, but she forgot to mention about arranging a marriage contract between her and Naruto. She was depressed about that. She undid the genjutsu, returning to her original gender. She flopped on her bed while giving out a heavy sigh. I wonder what Naruto-kun is doing. I bet he's thinking of different ways to kill Sakura. Satsuki giggled. In a busted-up apartment. Achoo. Naruto sneezed. He wiped the snot off and looked out his window. Someone figured out my plans to kill the Banshee. Damn, I hope they don't report me. Naruto said out loud. That's why you should have killed her during your mission in Wave. Kyuubi said. Is it because she cut you off while you were talking? Naruto asked the vixen. Of course. Who does that bitch think she is to interfere when I, the Kyuubi no Kitsune, was talking? Kyuubi yelled. Sheesh, stop with the shouting, it's giving me a headache. Besides, I can't kill her. All the blame would go to me. Her mother is my #1 hater. Naruto said. Screw those whore bitches. Kyuubi said. I'd rather not. Banshee screeches might be contagious. Naruto said and Kyuubi agreed while laughing. Back with Satsuki. Damn, why couldn't we kill Sakura? She's so useless and doesn't do anything. Not even in D-rank missions. I wonder if I complain would they kick her off the team? Satsuki said, then realization came. A team with only me and Naruto-kun. Satsuki thought. She jumped up from her bed. First thing tomorrow I'm going to complain to Hokage-sama. Satsuki shouted. Satsuki took out a piece of paper and started writing a list of things that Sakura never did or failed to do and an essay as to why she should be kicked off the team. Satsuki had just finished writing 20 pages of her self-assigned assignment. She then looked at the clock. It was 11:30 p.m. Whoa, it's this late, gotta rest for tomorrow's training. Satsuki said as she got to her drawer and took out her orange panties and bra with red swirl on the center each. She got her bathrobe and towel and went to take a shower. When she got in she hung all her clothes. She started the water and turned the water to warm. While she was showering her thoughts went to the blonde Jinchuriki and dropping the soap that was in her hand. Lemon scene happened. She was broken out of her thoughts as she slipped on the soap that she dropped. Ow. Satsuki moaned in pain. She then picked up the soap and glared at it. Damn it, soap, why did you ruin my fantasies? Satsuki said angrily. Soap sweat drops. Once Satsuki had finished showering and drying herself, if she turned off the water, got ready and made herself instant ramen for dinner. Once she finished her ramen she turned all the lights off and dropped on her bed due to exhaustion. She was praying to whatever god that was watching over her to give her a dream about her and Naruto. But instead got a nightmare about Naruto and Hinata. She of course woke up screaming, repeating that it was a dream. She looked at her clock and realized that it was 6 a.m. 1 hour early before having to go to team meeting. She wanted to go back to sleep, but she didn't want to have the nightmare about Naruto and Hinata again. So she decided that she would make lunch for her and Naruto. She was planning to have Naruto feed her or the other way around. She started making bentos and was humming a happy tune her deceased mother always hummed. 7 a.m. Satsuki was walking down the street carrying a plastic bag with a happy aura surrounding her. All the villagers looked at her male form and had only one thought. He got laid. Satsuki was ignored all the stares that she was receiving. Because all she cared about was giving Naruto the bento she made. She wanted to go to the training ground and meet Naruto knowing that he would come early. And as she went into the training ground her previous statement was correct. Naruto was there and was already doing some training. She saw 10 Narutos doing tree climbing exercise and approximately 35 Narutos fighting one Naruto. What she saw next amazed her. Naruto had moved really fast, so fast that she couldn't keep up with him without turning on her Sharingan, which activated unconsciously. In a matter 10 seconds 35 clones went up in smokes. Satsuki was in awe at his speed. If he trains hard enough he'll be Hokage in no time. Satsuki thought. Satsuki was about to call him but was blocked by none other than their annoying teammate Sakura. Sasuke-kun. How are you doing? Sakura screamed. Satsuki swore she lost her hearing. Damn this bitch. I think I'm deaf. Damn, I don't want to be a mother that's deaf. Satsuki thought. HN. Satsuki sounded and was going to Naruto to give the bento she made but was stopped yet again by Sakura. Sasuke-kun, did you make bento for me and you? I'm so happy. Sakura screamed happily. Satsuki glared at Sakura. TCH. This isn't for you. This is for Naruto. Naruto. Satsuki said, catching herself from saying kun in the end of Naruto's name. Sakura had a look of horror. What? Why? I'm your girlfriend. And why that baka? He didn't do anything to deserve the bento you made. Sakura shouted. What did this bitch say? I don't roll that way. And did she say about Naruto-kun not deserving the bento I made? Satsuki mentally shouted. Listen here, Haruno, Naruto deserves this bento and much more for what he did on the mission. He saved our lives and he beat Haku, something not even Kakashi could do easily. So shut up. Satsuki shouted at the scared Sakura. Naruto by this time stopped what he was doing to look at the commotion. This earned him a kick in the face from a clone. Naruto was on the ground holding his jaws. Ow. Can't you see I was distracted? Naruto shouted. Sorry boss. The clone that kicked Naruto said. TCH whatever. Naruto said as he dispelled all the clones that he created, which gave him a headache which was gone as fast it came. Naruto then dusted himself off and went towards the girls. What are you shouting about now? Naruto said, pissed that someone disturbed his training. Satsuki looked at Naruto's eyes and knew that he was angry and was shaking. Sakura on the other hand was being a retard and talked back. That's none of your business what happens between me and my Sasuke-kun. Sakura shouted. Satsuki glared at Sakura. Well then, can you keep it down? Some of us are trying to become ninjas and not pretend. Naruto said, the turn to see that Satsuki was staring at him and her face was red. And what's wrong with you, team? Why are you staring at me for? Naruto asked. Satsuki knew this was her chance to give him the bento. This eye is for you. I made it this morning. Satsuki stuttered. Naruto would have been creeped out if he didn't know that the boy in front of him was a girl under genjutsu. Naruto was about to refuse but was stopped when QP spoke. Take the bento. QP shouted. Why? It's probably a prank. Naruto said back to QP. Think back to the wave mission. Did she seem like she could even do that? She was stuttering way too much and she's doing the same right now. Besides, you haven't eaten anything since you woke up. QP stated. Naruto signed and had to agree since he was hungry, especially after his warm-ups. Hein handed over. Naruto said Satsuki wanted to yell to the world but she stopped because she was Sasuke. HMP here. Satsuki said in a Sasuke manner. Naruto took it and went to the nearest tree and sat down and opened the bento and started eating. Satsuki wanted to go and feed him but Sakura ruined that plan by coming here. So Satsuki went and sat beside Naruto and opened up her own bento and started to eat. Sakura followed Satsuki and sat beside her. She saw Satsuki use her chopstick to grab a squid. Sakura closed her eyes and opened her mouth, thinking that her Sasuke-kun would feed her, but after a few minutes when nothing went inside her mouth, she opened her eyes, only to realize that Sasuke finished his bento. She was on all four of her limbs and had a depressed aura. Satsuki looked at her and glared. You think I would feed you after ruining my time with Naruto and not being able to fulfill one of my desires? Screw you, howler monkey. Satsuki shouted mentally. Naruto was about to start his exercises again since he finished his food that Satsuki gave him. Which he was thankful for. I hate to admit it, but that was good. Naruto thought. Sure was. I'm just glad you took a break from eating ramen. QP said. Well, whose fault is that? Naruto said back to QP with a glare. But before QP could make a comeback, Kakashi came in a swirl of leaves. Yo. Kakashi I smiled. When he opened his eyes he saw shocked looks from all his students. What's wrong? Kakashi asked. You're on time. Naruto shouted. Kakashi looked at the sky and faced Naruto and I smiled again. Yes I am. Kakashi said. Why? You're usually late. Satsuki shouted. Well, we will be having a training session with Team 8. And Kurenai threatened that she would rip up my precious Uchiha. Kakashi said holding his book close to him. That's why. Were the thoughts of the three genin. Naruto looked at the Uchiha in Kakashi's hand. The Kakashi-sensei, can I read that? Naruto asked curious. What? What? Baka, do you even know what that book is? You can't read that. Sakura shouted as she hit Naruto on the head. That bitch. Satsuki thought. Why? Naruto asks. Because they are perverted. Sakura stated. So what, I read those before. Naruto said as he pulled out two Uchiha. Kakashi and Satsuki were wide eyes. Naruto-kun reads those. Satsuki thought in excitement. Those editions. Kakashi thought shocked. Naruto, those editions are where'd you get them? Kakashi was stuttering. Oh, you mean Uchiha Charisma's Carols and Uchiha Valentine Heartbreak? Yeah, I found them in front of my door on my 10th and 11th birthday with frog postcards saying happy birthday. Naruto said. Can I read them? Kakashi asked, hopeful and stars surrounding him. Naruto was in a thinking position. Sure, if you let me read some of yours. Naruto said. Kakashi nodded as he runs through the gates of the training ground, forgetting that he could just shush in there. 10 minutes passed while Team 7 was waiting for their sensei, but he didn't show up yet. Why did he leave? Sakura screeched. Naruto was about to punch her lights out and so did Satsuki, but were stopped when they heard another voice. Hey, dead last. A canine-looking boy shouted. When Team 7 turned their heads they were greeted by Team 8. What do you want, mutt? Naruto said in a dangerous voice. You bastard. The canine boy shouted. Hibakun, I think you calm down. A girl with white pupils said while blushing and hitting her index fingers together. Fine. Only cause you asked, Hinata-chan. The now known as Kiba huffed. Hinata nodded and said a soft thanks and looked at Naruto and blushed, ready to faint. Naruto saw this and looked ready to explode. Great. She's looking at me. What's the point of even looking at me if she's going to faint when I say one letter? Naruto thought. Let's not forget having a nosebleed when she steals your underwear. QP said. Yeah, that too. I was almost accused of murder and was almost put in jail. If it wasn't for that Nico masked Anbu I would have. Naruto said to QP. That's why we should do something to her. But what? QP thought as she got a perverted grin on her face. Not happening. Naruto thought as he read what was on QP's mind. What? QP asked. I know you're thinking about me raping her. Which I doubt it would be considered rape. Naruto said back to QP. I was just thinking of using the Uchiha and having the Hyuga have a catfight over you. QP said. Naruto gave a confused look. While the chat between Naruto and QP was happening, Satsuki had other thoughts. This bitch is looking at my Naruto-kun. I will kill her. Satsuki thought with a burning passion. Now what do I do? Satsuki thought as she was glaring at Hinata, who was having memory flashes of being tied up and hung in the classroom. Sakura only had one thought. Hinata better stay away from my Sasuke-kun. Sakura thought. Kurenai, the sensei for Team 8, was feeling the tension between her student Hinata and Team 7 tried to break it. Now where is Kakashi? I thought I told him to be early. Kurenai said, getting a lighter from her pouch. He was here but he left 10 minutes ago. I can't believe he did that. Sakura screeched and Kiba had to cover his ears due to his sensitive hearing. Wait, he was actually on time? Kurenai asked, shocked. Team 7 nodded. Kurenai thought that the world was ending as she was looking at Team 7 and see if they were lying to protect their sensei. Yeah, shocked us. I thought the world was ending or something. Naruto said. Kurenai looked shocked and was standing still until she was broken out of it when Kakashi came through the gate of the training ground. Dear Naruto, I brought my special Uchiha. So can we trade? Kakashi said in between breaths. Team 7 was shocked that he ran to his house to get his Uchiha to trade with Naruto. What the hell? Team 7 thought. Kakashi, why did you leave your team to get more Uchiha, and not only that you corrupted Naruto in your perverted ways? Kurenai yelled. But Naruto went to Kakashi and looked at the books. I'll take the Uchiha Hot Spring Break and Uchiha Kunoichi Secrets. Naruto said as he took the books he wanted and gave the ones that Kakashi wanted, which shocked everyone in Team 8. Naruto reads those. were Kurenai and Kiba's thoughts. Naruto-kun, Hinata thought as she blushes a deep red. Buzz Naruto, Buzz has Buzz joined Buzz. The club. Shino thought as he grinned, which could not be seen due to his coat. Yes. I have 2 rare uchiha books. Kakashi shouted as he started reading Christmas carols. Everyone's sweat dropped. Alright, enough goofing around, let's start training. I already wasted 50 minutes of training. Naruto said after he put his newly acquired books away in his pouch. Everyone nodded. Alright, first we will do some jogging around the training ground and later after a short break we will do some light sparring. Kakashi said, his eyes not leaving his new book. Everyone nodded as they started their jog. Naruto being ahead of everyone while Satsuki following behind Naruto. Kiba desperately trying to catch up. Followed by Shino and Hinata and lastly Sakura far behind everyone. After 2 hours everyone was breathing heavily except Naruto. What's wrong with them? Naruto thought. Not everyone has godlike stamina like you, kid. QP said. Naruto nodded his head at that. After 10 minutes of break they were lined up. Naruto was between Satsuki and Hinata, who was about faint. Alright, so your sparring partners are going to be, but Kurenai was interrupted by Kiba. Sensei. I want to fight Dope. Kiba shouted. Not interested. I'd rather fight Shino. Naruto said, wanting to test himself fighting someone who can suck his chakra. Shino looked at Naruto and was honored. He wanted to fight someone who practically had unlimited stamina. And someone who had a large chakra pool. What, you scared to face me? Kiba taunted. Naruto signed as he took a kunai from his pouch in a speed that rivaled a jounin and pointed the kunai at Kiba's throat. I'd rather fight someone who is calm and cool rather than a loud idiot like you. Naruto said in a dark voice which sent shivers down Kiba's spine. Satsuki had hearts in her eyes. Which freaked out Kurenai. Alright, the partners will be like this. Naruto vs Shino, Sasuke vs Kiba, and Sakura vs Hinata. Kurenai said. I want fight Hinata. Satsuki said. What? Kurenai said. I want to fight Hinata and not dog boy here. Satsuki said in a Sasuke manner. Why? Kurenai asked as Hinata suddenly felt more fear than she should have and more memory flashes of the time she was tied in the ninja academy class. It's an uchiha and Hyuga thing. Every time an uchiha has a chance to fight a Hyuga they take it. And vice versa with a Hyugas. You could say it's a clan tradition for the members to go to adulthood. Satsuki said, lying. I just want to beat her up for looking at my Naruto-kun. Satsuki thought. Well, it's kinda true, when the Uchihas were still alive, both the Uchiha and Hyuga did battle a lot. Kakashi said, remembering the bad old days when he was chased by the Uchiha police forces and Hyuga guard forces. And them making a game about who can get the book out of his hands. Oh okay, it will be Naruto vs Shino, Sakura vs Kiba, and Sasuke vs Hinata. Kurenai said. First will be Naruto and Shino. Kurenai said. Naruto and Shino were both in a fighting stance. I'm not going to hold back Shino. Naruto said, smirking. I wouldn't have it any other way. Shino said emotionlessly, but if you concentrated you could hear the excitement in his voice. Hajime. Kurenai shouted. Naruto moved in front of Shino and punched him, but instead punched a bunch of bugs. Damn bug clone. Naruto thought as he started feeling some of his chakra being drained. Naruto then flared his chakra with a little bit of QB's chakra, killing all the bugs that were attached on him. Shino appeared far behind Naruto and released more bugs. Naruto switched places with a log that was beside Shino. Naruto took that chance and low kicked Shino, making him fall backwards. Naruto then used his elbow and hit Shino in the chest. Lucky for Shino, he was able to gather a swarm of bugs at the targeted area and able to lessen the blow. Shino got up and created a barrier of bugs. Naruto knew that the moment he entered his chakra would be drained, so Naruto covered himself with chakra with a tiny bit of QB's chakra and jumped through the barrier. The bugs that were in his way died and Naruto then placed his left fist in front of Shino's head and right fist in Shino's chest. He used chakra to cover them and pressed them on Shino's body, making Shino fly back and hit a tree. The audience were shocked except Kakashi and Satsuki. Kakashi was too busy reading. And Satsuki was mentally cheering. That's my Naruto-kun. Satsuki thought. How did the dead last beat Shino, who was second to Sasuke? Were Kurenai, Kiba and Sakura's thoughts. Hinata on the other hand wanted to be happy for him, but she thought that would be bad because her teammate lost to Naruto. What should I do? Hinata thought. Alright, next. Kiba and Sakura. Kakashi said, not really surprised, especially considering what he saw in Wave. That's nothing. Naruto was going easy on him. If he was serious we would have bugs for dinner. Kakashi thought. Kiba and Sakura got in a fight stance. I'll beat you and prove I'm worthy of being with. Sakura was interrupted. Start funking fight. Naruto shouted. Hajime. Kurenai said. And Sakura was down with one punch from Kiba. Alright, next is Sasuke and Hinata. Kakashi said, catching himself from calling Sasuke's real name. Satsuki and Hinata were in a fighting stance. Satsuki's stance showed confidence and power while Hinata was shaking and showed lots of opening. Hajime! Kurenai shouted. Both of them activated their Taijutsu. Satsuki activated her Sharingan and Hinata activated her Byakugan. Satsuki ran for a straight attack because she was confident and knew she would be able to dodge Hinata's attack because of her Sharingan. Satsuki saw that Hinata was going to attack from the left and knew that Hinata was aiming for her Tenketsu. Satsuki blocked Hinata with her right hand and used her left hand to hold Hinata's right hand and push chakra to her right leg and kick Hinata in the stomach. Hinata was sent flying back and was stopped by the tree that was behind her. Satsuki was about to go after her but was stopped by Kurenai, saying that she was the winner. Satsuki huffed and went to stand beside Naruto. Alright Team 7, that was good. Well, except Sakura, you could have done better. Kakashi said. Teammate, you are going to need more practice. That's why we won't be doing any missions for a while. Kurenai said. When teammate left, Kakashi turned to his team and put his book down. Alright, let's go do some missions. Kakashi I smiled and Team 7 nodded as they all started to walk together to the Hokage Tower. On the way, Satsuki noticed that the people around them were glaring at Naruto. While Naruto was sending some kai to them and making them tremble. When they arrived at the Hokage's office, they were greeted by the old Hokage and a man with glasses who was wearing a light blue robe with dark blue sleeves. And a dragon design on the front of the robes and the ends of the sleeves. Team 7, what are you doing here? The aged Hokage asked. Team 7 requesting for a mission. Kakashi said. Oh, I don't have any D ranks, but how would you like to take a C rank? I know you just got back from your previous mission just yesterday, but this Hokage was interrupted. We'll take it. Naruto said. Naruto, you don't even, Sakura began to say, but Satsuki interrupted her. I agree with Naruto. Satsuki said. Sakura agreed right after Satsuki agreed. Kakashi signed. What is the mission, Hokage-sama? The mission is to help find Kaoru Izora. The man said. Oh, Izora? Sakura shouted and Team 7 looked at her. What's wrong with you, Howler Monkey? Naruto asked. Baka, you don't know the Izora family. They are one of the 10 richest families in the elemental nations. They could probably buy Konoha if it wasn't for Hokage-sama threatening them that it was his village. Sakura said. Oh, so a civilian family that has its head under their asses. I see. Naruto said. Baka, show some respect. Sakura said, hitting Naruto on the head. The man chuckled. It's okay. I know that the Izora family isn't well liked, especially after what we have done in the past years. The man said. Who are you? Satsuki asked. I am your client and the personal butler of Kaoru Izora. Toru Nakashi. The butler bowed. You're a useless butler, aren't you? Losing your master. Naruto said as he puts his head behind his back. Toru steps back at the insult and goes down on all four in the corner, depressed. It's not my fault Izora-sama doesn't want to get married to Shizuka-sama. Toru said in the corner. He ran away because he didn't want to get married. Naruto deadpanned. Toru nodded. He usually does this. Runs away from home and disappears for a week or less, but never for 11 days. And the wedding is in 2 weeks. Toru shouted, depressed. That is why you will need to escort Toru-san and help him find the heir to the Izora family before the wedding. Sandeami said. Where was he last seen? Kakashi asked. He disappeared when we stopped to get some fresh water. When all the servants came back, the guards that were guarding him were knocked out. I left them to come here and ask for help. Please help me find him because I don't want to suffer Shizuka-sama's wrath for losing her fiancé or Kaoru-sama's parents' wrath. Last time was bad enough. Toru shouted with tears. And do not fail this mission. If you do, Konoha will lose face with other villages. Understand, Hokage said. Oh, alright, let's get this bastard's rich ass and drag him to his wedding. Naruto said. Toru hyped up when Naruto said this. I'm an uchiha, I never fail a mission. Satsuki said with Sasuke's smirk. Sakura just acted like a fangirl. By the way, is there anything we should know about this guy? I mean, he has to have at least some training to knock out trained guards for a civilian. Naruto said cautiously. Yes, Izora-sama was trained by one of the best samurai from Iron Village. He is skilled enough to be ranked chunin on the ninja rooster. Toru said. Okay, let's go. Naruto shouted as he fist bumped the air. And Satsuki copying what he did. This can't be happening to me. Not again. Naruto yelled out, startling everything around him. Naruto-san, are you okay? Said a beautiful girl with long black hair, bangs in the front of her head. She had a beautiful face. And also had large freest cups eyes, unknown for now because Naruto hasn't looked for more than a second. But he knew they were big. Type in Izora Koro on Google. Oh, and another thing, the girl was none other than the so-called prince of Izora family, was wet. You could see right through her boyish clothing. Naruto was blushing. Yeah. Anyway, get out of those clothes before you catch a cold. Naruto said, looking away. The girl seemed to notice why Naruto was looking away, so she covered herself. I would, but I don't have any other clothing with me. I only have food. The girl said. Here. Naruto said, giving his orange jumpsuit jacket, leaving him in only his jumpsuit pants and a black t-shirt. The girl was surprised by the generous act of the ninja and nodded and took the jumpsuit and went behind the trees to change. When she was gone, Naruto was panicking. How is this happening? This was supposed to be a normal mission. Naruto was raging inside. Naruto then looked in the direction the girl went. How did she hide those friests of hers? Naruto thought. Didn't that idiot of a butler say that she had training? Maybe she had some genjutsu training as well. QP said. Naruto nodded as he thought how was in this situation. Flashback. Team 7 and Toru came to the area where the prince had disappeared. There were guards being treated and a carriage. Naruto looked at the carriage and saw slices. Damn, that bastard must have had a really sharp sword to be able to do this to this type of metal. Naruto said. What the hell are you talking about, Baka? Of course anyone could do that. A ninja can cut any metal with a sword. Sakura yelled at Naruto. You're the idiot howler monkey. Did you forget the prince isn't a ninja, so he has no training in chakra? And what I mean is this metal is really hard. Unless you have a weapon induced with wind chakra, you're never going to be able to cut this. Naruto said as he took out a kunai and slashed it against the carriage to prove his point. The kunai broke. Sakura and Satsuki were wide-eyed. He's right. He would have had to have a really sharp sword and would have had to be a master in using a sword to do that. Kakashi said as he also examined the carriage. Well, his Orasama does have the family sword with him. Toru said. Yeah, whatever. You useless guards, which way did your spoiled prince go? Naruto said. Hey, don't insult our prince. The guard said. I'll call him what I want. After all, I'm doing your work here. If you want me to stop, then go find your spoiled prince yourself. Naruto said. The guard just growled. So cool. Satsuki thought. Baka, stop acting cool. Only Sasuke-kun is cool. Sakura Banshee screeched. Shut the hell up. Naruto yelled, releasing Kai at Sakura. Sakura backed away. Kakashi ignored his student's squabbles as he did some hand signs. Uchiha no jutsu. Kakashi yelled as smoke covered the area. When the smoke cleared, 7 dogs appeared, all sitting down. I gotta learn how to do that. Both Naruto and Satsuki thought simultaneously. Toru-san, do you have anything that belongs to the prince? Kakashi asked with an eye smile. Toru nodded, understanding what Kakashi was going to do, and went inside the carriage and got a shirt. Here, this is one of his Orasama's shirts. Toru said, handing Kakashi the shirt. Kakashi grabbed and faced the dogs again. Alright guys, smell this and look for the prince. And once you find him, bark as loud as you can. Kakashi said, and the dogs barked before smelling the shirt, and they were off. Now we just wait. Kakashi said as he continued to read his book. I'm going out there and looking for the Baka prince. Naruto said. Wah? Naruto, Baka, listen to sensei. Sakura yelled. The prince already had a head start. With the amount of time he had, he could have found a lake or something and washed the scent trail. Naruto said. Alright, but be back before dark. Kakashi said. Naruto nodded as he ran into the forest. Satsuki was about to follow after but was stopped by Kakashi. Sasuke, you and Sakura will help these gentlemen with fixing the carriage and healing the soldiers. After that, you two will take turns on night shift. Kakashi said. Satsuki was glaring at the sensei, while Sakura had hearts in her eyes. But Naruto. Naruto ran through the forest following the same scent as the shirt. People didn't know this, but Naruto had a strong sense of smell, and he had QP to thank for that. At the beginning the smell led to a straight line, but Naruto stopped. How come the smell is in different directions? Naruto asked. The prince must have gone in different directions to throw off anyone that has a strong sense of smell. I have to say, this guy is smart even if he's a spoiled prince. QP said. Whatever. Naruto said, but then froze and sniffed the area. There's a different scent here. Naruto said. Must be the dogs. QP said. No, this one smells like a girl's. She went this way. Naruto said as he goes northeast. Why are you following the vixen smell? Shouldn't you be looking for the prince? QP said. Who gives a crap? If the prince dies, it's his fault, not mine. He chose to run knowing the consequences. But whoever this girl is, she may be in trouble. Naruto said. The direction brought him to a lake. When he heard splashes, he looked at the source of it. He saw nothing. Must have been a tree branch that fell in the water. Naruto thought, then he felt something sharp on his cheeks. Who are you? Someone said. Naruto didn't answer. I said, who are you? The person said. Isn't it common courtesy to say your name before asking people for theirs? Naruto said. I am Izora Kaoru. Now tell me yours. The now known as Kaoru said. Azor Kaoru. Naruto thought. So you're the Baka prince that ran away. Naruto said smirking. Kaoru was irritated at being called Baka. Who are you? Kaoru yelled. You don't need to know. Naruto said smirking as he got down and swiped his leg, making the prince fall down in the process of making the prince drop his sword. Naruto was going to use his ninja wire and tie the prince up so that he couldn't escape, but he was slow because the prince got up just as fast as he fell down and tackled Naruto. They were rolling all the way to the lake. When they reached the edge of the lake they were separated. Kaoru was the closest to the lake as Naruto was getting pissed. I'm going to make you drown. I'm pretty sure no one is going to miss a spoiled brat like you. Naruto yelled angry and tackled Kaoru, making both of them fall into the lake. Naruto was the first one to come out of the water. Where are you? You bastard, Naruto yelled with red eyes and slid in the middle. Stop calling me a bastard. Kaoru said behind Naruto just coming out of the water soaked. Naruto turned around only to be met by the prince, the only difference was that he had friests. Naruto's jaw was on the ground or water. Kaoru looked at the jaw-dropped Naruto and wondered what he was staring at. Until he looked down. Hi. Kaoru screamed in a cute manner. She said Kai, Naruto said gaping like a fish. Hentai, look away. Kaoru screamed. Hi. Naruto yelled and turned away. What the funk is happening? First team turns out to be a girl, and now the so-called prince is a girl too. Naruto mentally shouts. Calm down, Naruto. You have to keep calm. Just think about killing the Banshee and get your compasser back. Naruto thought as he thinks of different ways to kill Sakura. Until he calmed down and went back to his normal personality. Let's get out of the river before we catch a cold and then set up a fire to dry our clothes. During that time you can tell me what the hell this is about. Naruto said in a neutral voice as he walked away, not staring at the so-called prince of the Azora family. Kaoru followed. Flashback end. Which leads us back to this. I can't believe that you didn't know that the prince was a girl, Naruto raged inside. I did. But I just didn't want to tell you. And again you never asked. QP said. Truthfully I didn't know. But I don't need to tell him. QP silently thought. Well, how do you expect me to ask a question like that to every guy I see? Naruto yelled out loud accidentally. Naruto-san, are you alright? Kaoru asked worriedly as she came out in Naruto's spare orange jumpsuit. Naruto turned around and blushed really red and his jaws dropped. She makes orange jumpsuits wearable. QP yelled. Hey. Naruto yelled in his mind. Does it look that weird? Kaoru asked. No. It's just people, especially girls, make fun of me wearing the jumpsuit, so I thought you wouldn't want to wear it. Naruto said, stuttering. Well, I guess I'm not like other girls. Ever since I was child I always acted like a boy. So wearing something like this is no problem for me. Besides, it was my fault. I should have at least saved one extra clothing instead of giving them to wild animals. Kaoru said. Why did you give them to the animals? Naruto asked. Baka. Not everyone can do a shadow clone like you. The easiest way to hide your smell is give your clothing to the animals and make them run around in circles. QP said. On second thought, don't answer that, I understand. Naruto said, understanding what QP said. Kaoru looked at Naruto strangely. There was an awkward silence before Naruto decided to break it. So you were a tomboy, huh? Well, guess that explains a lot of things. Naruto said. What's that supposed to mean? Kaoru yelled in a girly manner. Naruto ignored it and asked another question. Well, this explains why you didn't want to marry that other girl. But why didn't you just tell your parents that you didn't roll that way in the first place? Then I wouldn't be here. You know what I could be doing now at home? I could be thinking of ways to kill my howler monkey teammate. Naruto yelled the last part. Kaoru was sweat dropping. The Azora family has lost a lot of power and money. In order to gain those back, my parents wanted me to marry another rich family that had the same amount of influence my family had. Kaoru said. So this is just for you to get richer? Naruto asked. Kaoru nodded. This is why I hate aristocrats. You know what you could be doing with that money? You could have helped a lot of starving orphan kids. Funk. But no, all you assholes care about are yourselves. Ninjas die protecting selfish assholes like you. Naruto yelled, thinking about his childhood. You think I don't know that? But what can I do? My parents just see me as some political item they could groom and give away anytime. I wanted to live my life how I wanted. Kaoru yelled. Naruto wanted to counter, but decided he was too pissed and he would have killed the prince by accident if it went any further. Whatever. I'm going to make a fire now to dry our clothes. Help around and collect some wood. That is if you can get your snotty lazy rich ass to move. Naruto said as he left to do his job. Kaoru was glaring at Naruto. This guy is a bastard. Kaoru thought as she left to look for wood. After a few minutes. There, the fire is done. Go put your clothes on top of the fire to dry. Naruto said. And once they do we'll be going back to the group. Naruto thought as he was looking at the sky. It was like 4 p.m. so he had enough time to go back to the group. Naruto was lying down on the ground with his eyes closed. Kaoru looked at Naruto with a hateful look. This guy must be the one that Toru hired to get me. I won't go back. But he won't leave me alone unless. Kaoru thought as she grabbed the kunai that was used to start the fire and was holding it over Naruto's throat. Her expression is the typical he needs to die. Once I kill him then I'll be free. Kaoru thought. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Kaoru looked shocked, she looked around to see where the voice came from and saw that the one that she was about to kill was on the branch of a tree. That's a clone with explosives. The moment it gets stabbed or attacked, it will blow up with blast of 10 kilometers radius. Blah? Kaoru thought. Isn't your mission to protect me? Kaoru said. I'm a ninja. The only life I care about is my own. If killing you means I can live then so be it. Naruto said in a bored tone while looking at the sky from the branch. That's a lie. A ninja's life is his or her mission. As long as the mission is completed your life means nothing. Kaoru said. Naruto looked at Kaoru for a split second before jumping down to the ground and slowly walked towards to the princess. Kaoru held her ground. She wasn't afraid of the ninja or so she thought when he suddenly grabbed her by the neck and picked her up with no effort whatsoever. You say that shit to me again I'll make sure you face hell. Don't compare me to those filth that think are satisfied by just saving others. I only save myself. I don't give two shits if the world burned down and people screaming for help. I'll just sit somewhere with a good view and watch it like a comedy show. You got it princess. Naruto growled. Kaoru couldn't do anything as she was frozen by all the kai that were directed towards her. And another thing. You can do whatever the hell you want but never compare my life with yours. A princess like you that was pampered since birth would never understand a kid from the streets. Naruto said as he tossed Kaoru back. Once your clothes are dried give my jumpsuit back. Naruto said as he dropped Kaoru to the ground. Kaoru landed on her butt and was breathing hard to get oxygen in her lungs. She looked at Naruto and remembering the look of hatred when he mentioned aristocrats and then looked down in shame, remembering what her parents do to their servants. For the next hour it was quiet. By this time both their clothes had dried and as said before Kaoru gave back Naruto's spare jacket. Naruto sealed it in his storage scroll planning to burn it later. It was 5 p.m. and the sun has yet to set. Naruto took this time to drag the princess back to his group. So he decided to tie the princess's hands with ninja wire. He threatened that if she struggled her hands would be cut off. She had no choice but to oblige and walked in front of him. Is this really necessary? Kaoru said. Naruto gave her a bored look. I don't know when you'll decide to run away. So this is just me being precautious. Besides you should really see me when I'm in a perfect mood. Naruto said as he was looking around. Kaoru was confused when he said perfect mood. But let it go as she was watching both their surroundings as to her, it seemed that her capturer didn't care about anything around their surroundings. This scared her and thought she was going to die. After a few minutes of walking Kaoru stopped walking as she heard rustling in the bushes. Naruto stopped too. What is it? Naruto asked. What is it? What is it? There's something in the bush. What kind of a ninja are you to not realize that? It could be an enemy or it could be a Kaoru was interrupted by Naruto. The dog. Naruto said as one of Kakashi's summons leaped out. Hey brat. Name's Bakun not dog. The now known as Bakun said. Naruto nodded as he walked ahead and pulled on the wire lightly so not cut of the princess's hands by mistake. Aki. Why is this girl with you? You're supposed to be looking for the prince. Bakun said. This girl is the Baka prince. Naruto said. Bakun was confused and Kaoru was fuming from anger from being called a Baka. She was about to say something back but she didn't get the chance as the two had started to ignore her. I see. Well that is the most awkward thing in the world. Bakun said. Tell me about it. Naruto replied. Can you guys stop ignoring me Kaoru yelled. Naruto looked at Kaoru with a blank face. The professionals are having a serious convo here. Naruto said as he went back to talking to Bakun. Kaoru got irritated at that. I'm sick of it. That attitude of his. The way he treats me. What the hell did I ever do to him? This bastard. Kaoru mentally raged. And with that last thought she ran at top speed and tackled Naruto from behind. She didn't care if the ninja wire cut her hand off. She didn't care at all. She just wants to beat the shit out of the blonde. Naruto was actually surprised by the princess's action. And he didn't have a plan for this situation as he was supposed to bring the princess back unscratched. So he had let go of the ninja wire so as to not accidentally pull on it and cut of her hands. But because of that he was facing a beating that he hasn't faced for a long time as Kaoru was using her tied up hand and swinging it on his face. Naruto had no choice but grunt in pain and endure it. I always knew you were more of a masochist than a sadist. QB said, snickering at Naruto's predicament. Asshole. QB, you're dead. Naruto mentally yelled at QB's comment. Not like it matters. Technically speaking, I was never considered part of the living. QB said in a matter-of-fact tone. Naruto had no choice as to face the beating until his savior came. Cocoon had head-butted Kaoru in the back, causing her to grovel on the ground in pain. Naruto got up and was looking at the pained princess. He sighed as he helped her up and checked if she had a concussion or not. After seeing that everything was okay, he carried her bridal style and started to jump tree to tree. Cocoon did the same. The princess was more or less blushing madly. Her face may have been hotter than the sun due to Naruto actions. What the hell? First he was a jackass, and then he takes my beating, and next he carries me? This bastard, he's so confusing. Kaoru thought as she started to blush and fall asleep slowly. Naruto noticed this and looked at her face. Aside from the money and her position in life, she is kinda cute, Naruto thought. Always someone falling for the client. QB said in a tone that would be used to talk to a baby. Hell no. I still hate aristocrats. Besides, I can't fall in love with another, remember? Naruto said to QB. Maybe you can. If you become Hokage you can start your own age, but the connection between QB was cut. Perverted little fox. Naruto thought. Naruto was brought back to the land of the living when he felt the princess snuggle closer to him. Naruto gave a sigh as he followed Cocoon back to the group. With Kakashi. Why me? One Kakashi hot Aki thought as he was looking at the setting sun. If you are wondering why, well, Kakashi was having a reminiscing moment. Kakashi had first thought that having a team of genin would be fun, especially with the last Uchiha and the son of his sensei. Aside from the Banshee, everything was interesting. He had found out that the last Uchiha was a female rather than a male. Which he was so glad. He didn't want to deal with another Fugaku, the same bastard that tried to take his best friend's eye from him. And then there was his sensei's son. He had assumed that he would have been like his father. Calm, cool, collective and not murderous. But he was just like his mother. Well then again. Kushina was bipolar. Naruto on the other hand was just plain out sadistic. Kakashi thought, thinking of all the time he had to stop Naruto killing Sakura, even that one time when he had planned a team camping trip he found out that Naruto could kill Sakura in his sleep. And he meant that literally. Naruto was sleepwalking to Sakura's tent and was about to cut her throat. And when Kakashi had prevented that, Naruto had placed a paper bomb on Sakura's large forehead. Kakashi did not know how fast Naruto really is. But he plans to find out when they get back to Konoha. And if you were wondering what happened after, well, Sakura is still here, right? Anyway, Kakashi at the moment couldn't take it anymore. He was about to lose his mind. The two female teammates have been causing so much drama that he wished that he had gone with Naruto and his summoned dogs to look for the prince. Anyway, the drama had begun with Sakura asking Sasuke out only for Sasuke to admit that she had liked Naruto. This was in her male form. And Sakura had fainted from thinking that the last Uchiha was homosexual. Well, Kakashi would too if he found out if his crush was more attractive to other girls. Well, actually I would ask if I could take video recording first. That's the least she could do for playing with my heart. Kakashi thought as he continued his book. Anyway, Sakura woke up after 30 minutes and she remembered what Satsuki had said. And from there began a whole debate as to why he shouldn't like Naruto. Sad to say, the last Uchiha had took out a kunai and was about to kill herself. The sun was almost gone when all his ninja dogs came back, all except Cocoon, the leader of the group. Kakashi was worried. Until he saw one of the dogs had a note that had with a blonde gaki. Kakashi's worries were gone. But laughed at the messy handwriting. It was still funny as to how Cocoon told him he would try to write. Yeah, a dog writing. Even though he was a ninja dog. Cocoon's reasoning was that he was a ninja and he needed something that would surprise his enemy. Well, at least he'll be smarter than the Inuzuka dogs now. Now where is Kakashi, thought. Yo. Cocoon came through the bushes with Naruto besides him. Naruto, Cocoon. Good, you made it before nightfall. Did you find the prince? Kakashi asked. Nope. But we found a princess. Cocoon said. What do you mean we mutt? It was all me, gahhh. Naruto began but yelled when Cocoon bit his leg. Ooh, what? Get him of me. He's trying to give rabies. I'm clean, you brat. Cocoon muttered while he but Naruto. Kakashi was laughing at Naruto and Cocoon's act. He noticed that there was a girl in Naruto's arms. Already the mission started and you got a girlfriend already. I'm so proud of you. Kakashi said with fake tears. With the mention of Naruto and girlfriend in the same sentence, Satsuki had turned her head towards said boy and was glaring daggers at the girl. Not exactly. Naruto said. As he began to tell the whole story. Satsuki for her part was angry that Naruto had given his jacket to the slutty princess as she had put it. And was thinking of ways to kill the princess when she wakes up. After Naruto had finished his story, that was when Toru decided to come by. He was going to ask as to what the ninjas were talking about until he saw the girl in Naruto's arms. Harem! Toru yelled as he started to cry. Naruto tossed the princess to Toru. Toru had trouble catching her. He was too happy to care how Naruto was treating the princess. Kakashi on the other hand was getting irritated at all the missions that he was taking that had lack of important details. Toru-san. After you are done with your reunion we have to have a talk. Kakashi commanded. Toru looked at the one-eyed ninja and was scared as he saw a small figure behind said ninja appearing and glaring at the now scared crying man. Toru was too scared to talk so he just nodded and Kakashi went to Naruto to congratulate him and tell him what his next job is. Midnight. Naruto was sitting alone in front of the fireplace with white fire that he made. Satsuki, Sakura, Kakashi, Toru and the guards were at another fireplace that they had created. Naruto just wanted to be alone and think. Satsuki wanted to sit next to him, but Naruto had told her he needed to think and walked away. As for thinking, he was thinking about what Toru had told Kakashi. About the Baka princess's family and how they had forced her to play as a guy. Well, not exactly. She was already a tomboy so the role was easy to play. Anyway, how the family that was offering their daughter for marriage was the Katsuragi family. Naruto gripped his hands and balled them to a fist. The moment Naruto heard that name he was pissed. Those bastards. Why do I have to see them again? Naruto thought angrily, thinking about the past. You see, Naruto and the Katsuragi family have a history. The Katsuragi family were the ones that had owned the orphanage that he had lived in. Contrary to what civilians say, that they are one of the nicest family in the elemental nations and that they give a large donation to almost anyone they ask, they do the opposite. Naruto knew because the orphanage he was living in was taken down because of them. Their excuse was that they needed to make a building for the old people that have been traumatized by war or by the QB attack. And because of that the nice people that he had met were separated. Some being adopted by jackass civilians that told them to stay away from him or some that have been living in the streets even up to this and in most lucky cases they have died. But Naruto didn't care. All he wanted to do was look for the caretaker of the orphanage as she was the first person to see good in Naruto. She knew Naruto had the QB, but she didn't care. But after the demolition she disappeared. Naruto thought she was in Anbu or something when he was a little kid, but that's just stupid, right? Declare. Naruto thought, reminiscing. He was broken out of his thoughts when he felt someone sit next to him. He turned and saw that it was the Baka princess. He gave her a strange look and she saw it. What? I just thought you may be lonely. She said. Naruto gave an annoyed look and went back to looking at the campfire. The atmosphere was awkward for Kaoru. She wanted to say something, but Naruto was giving her the "I think you're an idiot" face. Every time she saw his face, which only made her blood boil. But at the same time she felt like someone wanted to mutilate her. And Satsuki giving her the glare from a distance. Naruto had just about enough of the weird silence and decided to talk. What do you want, Baka princess? Trying to seduce me so you can get out of your arranged marriage? Naruto said jokingly. Kaoru went wide-eyed at that. Naruto saw this and was snickering. Next she's gonna try to stab me with a hidden blade. But I'll dodge as she's too obvious. Naruto thought. But the knife never came. Naruto waited for a few more seconds but nothing. When he looked at the princess he saw that she was red as a tomato. Seriously? Naruto said, confused as hell for the first time in his life. Lucky fox. You have my total support on this one. But let me give you some advice. Pretend to be raped and then when the time comes take control. QB said with a lace of perverseness in its voice. I'll think about that. Naruto replied to QB and QB was surprised this time. What the funk? The kid agreeing to one of my advice. Hashirama must have come back to life. Oh god, the world's gonna end. QB thought. Are you alright in the head, Bakahim? I think we need some medical attention here. Naruto yelled. Kakashi and the rest came to where Naruto was. What is it, Naruto? Kakashi asked lazily. Yeah, Baka. Sakura said. The rest were quiet while Satsuki looked like she wanted to jump the princess. Kakashi-sensei. The Bakahim wants to rape me. Naruto said. Kakashi couldn't keep a straight face after that. Naruto, you really are the innocent type, huh? Well, about that. It's not rape if I say so. We have a new mission, Naruto. Toru-san here has filled me in some new information. You and the princess will have to seem like a couple so the Katsuragi family do not get any more powerful. Kakashi said. Say what? Naruto yelled. Well, congrats, Naruto. Most genin lose it after they reach Chunin. But you get to lose it almost 2 months after you graduate from the academy. Kakashi said, smiling. What the funk is going on here? Naruto asked himself before being punched by Sakura and Satsuki. The end. So how was this part? I hope you like it. And if you like it, share this part with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay, it's time for me to go. Bye bye.